they have recently launched the National Party, and now the Bharatiya Janata Party also at the same time trades guns at the TRS party, where they have been saying that this has been the screenplay, or this has been one of the major well scripted plan by the TRS party, by the Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, who is the TRS president also. But now also at the same time we have been seeing that BJP state president Bandi Sanjay has stated that, do you have guts to release CCTV footage of the last 3-4 days in Deccan Kitchen Hotel? TRS leaders have been staying there for 3 days. Accused MLA goes to Pragati Bhavan early in the morning, stays there till night, release Pragati Bhavan CCTV footage, and let facts come out. So clearly the Bharatiya Janata Party has been giving out an open challenge to the TRS now, but also at the same time, not to forget, the TRS has been saying that there has been an attempt to buy their leaders, buy their MLAs ahead of the Munuguru by-elections, which has been a crucial one, because we also see that in the coming days the BJP National President JP Nadda will also be doing campaigning there. He will be addressing a public meeting in Munuguru. Well, the Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao will also be holding a mega public meeting in Munuguru on the 30th of October. So now all eyes on that. But before the Munuguru by-elections and the state assembly elections, which are due next year, we see that a mega political thing has come out in the state of Telangana, has broken out in the state of Telangana, where we see that the Bharatiya Janata Party has been accused. The police officials very clearly state that this information was given to them by the TRS MLAs, and they also had stated, the police official himself had stated that they were given information that these TRS MLAs were being tried to lure by money, contracts and positions. So now all eyes on that, what clearly they have to say, what the Bharatiya Janata Party has to say in this, because the TRS openly hits out at the BJP, but also at the same time now we will be seeing Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy's press conference also at 12 noon. What he has to state in this regard also remains to be seen. All eyes on that as well.
All right. All right. I think we've got Mr. Rao from the TRS on the phone line with us. Mr. Rao, good morning. Mr. Rao, we just heard from the BJP. They say that this is just an election stunt from the TRS, and they have in fact just challenged you to come out with CCTV footage. How do you respond to that?
Hindi, please, Hindi.
मिस्टर राव, बीजेपी से हमारी बात हुई, उन्होंने कहा कि ये एक इलेक्शन स्टंट है, कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ, और उन्होंने ये भी कहा है कि टीआरएस अगर कर सकती है तो सीसीटीवी फुटेज रिलीज करे। आप इस बारे में क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
ये बीजेपी के लिए नई बात नहीं है, ये हर स्टेट में ये इनका कोशिश जारी है। ये जो बीजेपी का काम जो कर रहे हैं वो पूरा देश में बीजेपी लाने के लिए जो प्रयत्न कर रहे हैं, उसके लिए महाराष्ट्र में किया, अभी बिहार में कोशिश चल रही है, अभी दिल्ली में कोशिश चल रही है, अभी हिमाचल प्रदेश में कोशिश चल रही है, हर जगह कर रहे हैं। उसी तरह हमारे तेलंगाना के पीछे लगे हैं। इसमें कोई साजिश जो भी है बीजेपी की है, तेलंगाना की कोई साजिश नहीं है।
जी राव साहब, ये भी कहा जा रहा है बीजेपी की तरफ से कि आप लोग बहुत घबराए हुए हैं इस बाईपोल को लेकर, और इसी वजह से ऐसी सब बातें सामने आ रही हैं।
नहीं, तेलंगाना की जनता आज भी तैयार है। तेलंगाना की जो भी है कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी इलेक्शन चल रहा, वो कार से निशान को ही वोट डालेंगे, केसीआर को ही डालेंगे, क्योंकि तेलंगाना हम हासिल किया है 14 साल लड़ाई करके, और तेलंगाना इतना ईजी नहीं लाया। तेलंगाना की जनता सब साथ में लेकर लाया सो है, और यहाँ कोई हमको इलेक्शन का डर नहीं है। जीत हमारी है, विजय प्राप्ति हमारी है, वो तो डर है बीजेपी को।
जी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने का। सो दैट वाज मिस्टर राव फ्रॉम द TRS saying that this has been not the first time that this has happened, also, you know, bringing up all the other states that the opposition often talks about. I'm going to go back on the ground to Aneri. Aneri, you know, the BJP almost released a huge mega election plan for this bypoll. They've promised development in all sectors. Now that plan, in fact, you know, is so big that it has been called the mega master plan for Munuguru. So give us a sense of how close really is this battle between the BJP and the TRS?
Well, definitely a close campaigning and a tough fight for the BJP and the TRS, because we have been seeing how the Bharatiya Janata Party has been campaigning since day one. There after the Congress MLA from Munuguru, that is Coimbatore Rajgopal Reddy, had resigned from the Congress party and from the post of the MLA and then joined into the BJP. From that time, we have been seeing that there is a massive campaigning which has been going on. We also had seen that during the joining of the Coimbatore Rajgopal Reddy into the Bharatiya Janata Party, Amit Shah was here. In presence of Amit Shah, he had joined into the BJP, and then we saw that there is a tough fight now going on between the BJP and the TRS, which is now BRS. But also at the same time, not to forget, in the coming days, that's next 3 days, next 3 to 4 days, a high campaigning which will go on, because the TRS working president KT Rama Rao is also holding massive road shows, whereas on the other hand we see that the BJP state president Bandi Sanjay along with other leaders also have been holding mega public meetings, and also they have been doing door-to-door campaigning for the Munuguru by-elections. But also at the same time, on the 30th of October we will be seeing that there will be a public meeting of the Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, and also on the next day, that is on the 31st of October, we will be seeing that BJP National President JP Nadda will be present, and he will be addressing a massive public meeting there in Munuguru. So definitely all eyes, and also this has been a crucial bipole, because earlier it was Huzurabad by-elections which happened to be one of the important by-elections, and now we see that the Munuguru by-elections are very important, because TRS says that they will win this elections, because this is coming just in the run-up of the state assembly elections which are due next year. So that is why BJP and the TRS are in a tough fight. Well, all eyes on that, because 3rd of November is the day when the voting will begin, and also on the 6th of November the results will be announced, who is going to be winning this election. So now all eyes on that. But before that, we see that a mega poaching attempt has been broken out here in the state of Telangana.
All right, Aneri bringing us the latest on the late night drama that played out in Telangana. Thank you very much for joining us. As Aneri is pointing out, of course, we are expecting to see a pitched battle between both the TRS and the BJP over this through the day today. A look now at what else is making news. 4 TRS MLAs have accused the BJP of having tried to poach them in what seemed to be a high political drama which unfolded last night. The 4 MLAs were found in a farmhouse in Aziz Nagar within Cyberabad Police Commissionerate limits. The biggest poaching controversy ahead of the by-polls is continuing. The BRS has alleged that the BJP tried to poach their MLAs. Under pressure, the Stalin government has handed over the Coimbatore cylinder blast probe to the NIA. The state government decided that the involvement of factors extraneous to the state and possible international links made the case fit for investigation by the agency. The Union Home Minister Amit Shah is set to chair a 2-day Chintan Shivir with Home Ministers of all states in Faridabad in Haryana today. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and the Army Chief General Manoj Pandey are set to attend the event marking 75 years of the infantry in Jammu and Kashmir today. The Infantry Day is celebrated to commemorate the first military operation of independent India. A fire broke out in a warehouse in Girgaon in the intervening night of Wednesday and Thursday. The fire was brought under control after 5 fire tenders were rushed to the spot. No casualties have been reported. The national capital remains wrapped in smog as their air quality index continues to be in the poor category.
दीपावली जो भयंकर हो गई, बहुत ज़्यादा भयंकर हो गई, सांस लेना भी मुश्किल पड़ रहा है। और हम लोग क्या कि डेली हम वॉक करने वाले आदमी हैं, हम 4 लोग फ्रेंड हैं, आज हम 2 जाए हैं, 2 लोग क्या कि उनकी पोल्यूशन की वजह से वो निकल नहीं पा रहे। हाँ, हम लोग थोड़े से हमसे एज थोड़ी ज़्यादा है और पोल्यूशन की वजह से ही वो लोग नहीं निकल पा रहे। और हम लोग फिर भी थोड़ा सा कोशिश करेंगे, निकलना चाहिए, लेकिन पोल्यूशन हालत बहुत ज़्यादा ख़राब हो चुकी है सर।
Tesla boss Elon Musk arrived at the Twitter headquarters with a sync ahead of the end of the week deadline to close his deal to buy the company. He's also changed his Twitter buyer to Chief Twit. On to the top international news story this morning. As Russia continues its offensive in Ukraine, it has now carried out strategic nuclear drills by launching ballistic and cruise missiles, with President Vladimir Putin overseeing the process. Now, state television visuals showed Putin in the control room overseeing the drills. Here's more.
In another attempt of escalating the war in Ukraine, drills of Russia's strategic nuclear forces are taking place in the country amid heightened tensions with the West. Russia, in its defense, calls the drill its special military operation in Ukraine. Russia's President Vladimir Putin monitored the drills of the country's strategic nuclear forces.
В соответствии с планом подготовки вооруженных сил Российской Федерации под вашим руководством проводится тренировка по управлению вооруженными силами Российской Федерации, в ходе которой будут отработаны задачи нанесения массированного ядерного удара стратегическими наступательными силами в ответ на ядерный удар противника.
The drills included launches of ballistic and cruise missiles. The maneuvers followed Putin's warning about his readiness to use all means available to fend off attacks on Russia's territory, in a clear reference to the country's nuclear arsenals.
So these drills involved the test firing of a Yars land-based intercontinental ballistic missile, that from the Northern Plesetsk launch site, and also the launch of a Sineva ICBM, that by a Russian nuclear submarine in the Barents Sea. Now, as a part of this exercise, Tu-95 strategic bombers also launched cruise missiles at practice targets. The Kremlin has put out a statement. It says, and I quote, that all tasks set for the exercise were fulfilled and all these missiles were test fired that reached their designated targets, unquote.
The last fortnight has witnessed massive escalation by Russia, with explosions in Kiev. With Putin monitoring military and nuclear preparedness, is the stage set for a dramatic escalation? Agency report for Republic TV.
Republic TV, and still to come on the Morning Express. Under pressure, the Stalin government hands over the probe to the NIA agency to begin investigation as terror links emerge. And the Union Home Minister Amit Shah will be chairing a two-day Chintan Shivir of Home Ministers of all states in Haryana, Surajkund.
Style? For me, it's the pursuit of timeless elegance. Crisp, clean, classic, subtle brilliance. You don't know what it is that catches your eye, but it does, you know. The cut, the color, the lines. There's something in the essence of the evergreen. You feel special, selected. That's when I know I found the right fit. When I feel selected.
Good evening and welcome, viewers. Anytime now, the Gujarat election dates will be announced, and Arvind Kejriwal says it is time that in India pictures of Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh are printed on India's currency notes. Kejriwal thinks this is a political masterstroke. He thinks that it will immediately make Gujarat's 88-89% Hindu population swing and vote for him. And I think Kejriwal is completely wrong. This is going to boomerang, viewers. You watch out for it. In fact, on the contrary, I think it is likely that Hindus will be very angry at Kejriwal for trying to use Hindu gods so openly to seek votes. They'd say, how can Kejriwal do that? Kejriwal is cornered because recently his leaders, a minister was caught on tape abusing Hindu gods, abusing them in a mass conversion ceremony. So Kejriwal sits and thinks and plots, and then he thinks that he will totally reverse things by making this demand. Mind you, Kejriwal knows fully well that Hindu gods will not be printed on rupee notes, because the Reserve Bank of India, which prints the notes, had in 2010 put a complete lid on any such change or exercise. Kejriwal knows that. As an ex-Indian Revenue Service officer, Kejriwal knows that and is still making this demand, which he knows is never going to happen. This proves that all that Kejriwal is doing is knowingly playing around with the sentiments of Hindus across the country. Now I ask you,
the road connectivity between Bhakulpong and Bomdila of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh was cut off after a landslide hit the West Kameng district. A massive fire broke out in a fuel tanker in which 2 persons died and over 20 sustained injuries near Anjangaon village in Madhya Pradesh. Canada's police intervened between Khalistanis and Indian groups after clashes ensued between the two during Diwali celebrations at the Westwood Mall in Canada's Brampton.
And here's a quick recap of the top headlines at 8:30 this morning. Mega political development in Telangana. Police raids a farmhouse, claim poaching. It is the biggest poaching controversy ahead of the by-polls. The TRS alleges the BJP tried to poach MLAs. Under pressure, Stalin government hands over the probe to the NIA agency to begin investigation as terror links emerge. The Union Home Minister Amit Shah is to chair a 2-day Chintan Shivir of Home Ministers of all states in Haryana, Surajkund. Tesla boss Elon Musk in Twitter headquarters with a sink changes bio to chief tweet. Now, in what is being seen as a tough message to terror sympathizers, Jammu and Kashmir's LG Manoj Sinha has said that there are a few people who tried nothing gets good unless you go with Pakistan. They're more guilty than those with direct contact with terrorism. There are people who know that unless a certain level of terrorism continues, nobody will care in New Delhi. So that's a important and strong message that's coming in from the Jammu and Kashmir LG Manoj Sinha. He says, and I quote once again, that there are few people who try that nothing gets good unless you go with Pakistan. Now, they are more guilty than those who actually help terrorism, going on then to say that there are people who know that unless a certain level of terrorism continues, nobody will care in Delhi. Do remember that in the past few days, we have been seeing increased terror activity in Jammu and Kashmir, but also we have seen impressive successes that have come in from security forces side. Let's listen into what Manoj Sinha said.
कुछ लोग ये कोशिश करते हैं कि यहां तब तक सब कुछ ठीक नहीं हो सकता जब तक पाकिस्तान के साथ आप नहीं जुड़ जाएंगे। ये वो लोग हैं जिन्होंने जम्मू कश्मीर को यहां पहुंचाया है, और मैं मानता हूं कि वो ज्यादा गुनाहगार हैं उन लोगों से जिन्होंने आतंकवाद से सीधे अपना रास्ता रखा है। ये ऐसे लोग हैं जो जानते हैं कि जब तक आतंकवाद एक सर्टेन लेवल ऑफ वायलेंस, मिलिटेंसी, टेररिज्म नहीं रहेगा तो दिल्ली में हमें नहीं कोई पूछेगा। मुझे लगता है कि इनको भी अब लोग धीरे धीरे समझ गए हैं और जान गए हैं।
Well, the Jammu and Kashmir LG over there, Manoj Sinha, saying that it's not just terror sympathizers, but people who also believe that unless terror continues in Jammu and Kashmir, they will not get the backing that's desired from New Delhi. So, very strong and firm statement coming in from the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, Tamil Nadu's BJP chief K. Annamalai welcomed the DMK government's decision to hand over the Coimbatore car blast case to the National Investigation Agency. However, he stressed that the law and order situation is getting worse every day in the state. He alleged that MK Stalin's government has tried to downplay the incident as a cylinder blast.
Fears were aroused by the explosion in Coimbatore near a temple. But it was conveniently deemed as a cylinder blast. Till Tamil Nadu BJP chief Annamalai asked questions.
All we are doing is telling the government, people have started to know this is a terror attack, this is a suicide attack. Please don't hide anymore. Please arrest people, give us confidence, change officers, put some extra security in Coimbatore. Please brief press openly so that press and political parties will support you.
Now in the public eye, compelled to act, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has handed over the case to the NIA. It appears that the plot was much larger. Findings from the investigation into the Coimbatore explosion point to a potential connection between ISIS and the Colombo explosion's perpetrators. A team from the NIA arrived in the city following the alleged terror connection and is assessing the situation. At first, the explosion, which had taken place before Diwali, had been attributed to an automobile cylinder blast. Now, alarming information about the Coimbatore Accuse possible connection to Colombo has come to light. The Stringent Unlawful Activities Act has been evoked in the case, while 5 of others have been arrested. Republic also tracked residents of accused Mubin who had died in the blast.
Right now, we are at Jamesha Mubin's house, the person who died in the terror attack, the cylinder blast that happened in Coimbatore's town hall. And as you can see, there is so many toxic powders that is seen on the floor of the house. And there are so many things. We have been, known that explosives such as aluminium nitrate and sulfur and ammonium were taken from this house. And these could have been the evidences that the police gathered from this house.
The main suspect, Mubin, was questioned by the NIA in 2019 for potential connections to ISIS. According to the NIA, he allegedly kept in communication with the leader of the terrorist organization, National Tawajjuh Jamaat, Zahran Hashim, using social media, which is why the BJP is labeling it as a terror attack.
In your lifetime, have you seen any? We welcome the decision of the Tamil Nadu CM to hand over the case to NIA. That is what we have been saying from day one. For 48 hours, the state government was trying to picture this as a cylinder blast. The DGP of the state was forced to say this is a cylinder blast. In the official press note of the Tamil Nadu state government, they were forced to call this a cylinder blast. Because Tamil Nadu, the internal law and order situation is getting very bad day in and day out. All kinds of anti-nationals are given a free hand to operate in our state.
One of the terrorists responsible for the series of bombings in Colombo in 2019 that killed up to 300 people was Hashim. Additionally, the police seized low-intensity explosive components from Mubin's home. The big question is, can politics be a reason to play down the terror threat and endanger the nation? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Now, it's extremely clear that the Vadodara communal clash was instigated, and this has become more clear with the evidence that is now emerging. Here's a detailed report.
Violence that broke out between two groups in Vadodara on Diwali night was instigated, and Republic has accessed the riots clincher tape, and it has captured the exact moment when the riots took place. In the footage can be seen the bunch of people were bursting crackers, and suddenly some people came from the other side and started attacking them. People gathered over there with other weapons as well. The children were also targeted in the riots, and the goons had not even spared the cops, pelted stones on them.
We have seen several of these CCTV footages that have come to light that tell us about what really had gone on in Vadodara and how there was violence that was instigated and how there were people that had come out on the streets with the stones as well. And they had started also attacking these children nearby who had been celebrating Diwali, bursting crackers as well. Apart from that, we have seen how the police had also stated that they have not ruled out the entire theory that it might have been a premeditated act of violence to attack a certain group that had been celebrating Diwali right there, and they were bursting crackers as well over that, and the children as well had been attacked as well. And in fact, more than that, the police had also shared that street lights had been cut off, and that police convoys in fact had also been attacked with petrol bombs as well. So all of that is under the purview of the investigation. But as of now, we do see that the CCTV footage also how categorically proves how there were people coming out near that particular epicenter where the violence had broken out, where vehicles had also been damaged, and how there were hundreds of people that had been mobilized in under 2 to 3 minutes, as had been confirmed by the eyewitnesses that we had been able to have a conversation with on the ground, and they had also given this police statement to the authorities as well, talking about how there were people that had been gathering in under 3 minutes itself, Ranjan, and that has been caught on tape. And this is the video that is a complete clincher in this entire investigation that shows how people had been coming out on the streets and in a premeditated fashion, attacking a couple of people that had been celebrating Diwali and also bursting firecrackers as well.
As many as 19 people have been arrested in the communal clash. Those detained includes a person who allegedly hurled a petrol bomb at the policeman from the 3rd floor an hour after the clash broke out. Vadodara Deputy Commissioner of Police Yashpal Jaganya reported. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Here's the top international news. US State Department officials reiterate efforts to support protesters that have swept across over 100 cities since the death of Mahsa Amini. The US government sanctions arm designated 10 members of Iran's leadership, continuing a string of actions imposed against Tehran.
The United States designated 2 Moldovan oligarchs, Vladimir Plahotniuc and Ilan Thor, and their networks in connection with significant acts of corruption and interference in Moldova's election. The United States continues to support Moldova's efforts to counter corruption, reform the justice sector, promote accountability, and strengthen the independence and transparency of its democratic institutions. These designations reaffirm our commitment to tackling corruption as a first-order national security threat and promoting accountability for systemic efforts to undermine Moldova's democratic institutions and elections, including the Kremlin's election interference operations in Moldova.
Syrian and Russian troops conducted joint military drills in Syria involving ground and air force. Both sides' troops attacked enemy positions under the cover of artillery, shelling and airstrikes by warplanes and helicopters. Taiwan's Foreign Minister Joseph Wu, in an announcement, said that his cabinet had approved $56 million in aid to Ukraine for various infrastructure and reconstruction amid ongoing Russian invasion.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has already come up with a budget approved by our cabinet at an amount of around $56 million. It's going to be used to continue to provide support to Ukraine.
The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken hosted a Diwali event at the State Department to underscore religious freedom as a key foreign policy priority for the United States. According to State Department, the event recognizes the importance of working with all faith communities to advance shared interests. Clashes in Bolivian cities extended to the capital La Paz, where protesters attacked the police clad amid a riot. The violent protest followed a 5-day-long strike called by opposition lawmakers that proposed a referendum to increase the country's fiscal budget. This is the Morning Express, and still to come, biggest poaching controversy ahead of elections. The TRS alleges the BJP tried to poach MLAs. And Tesla boss Elon Musk in Twitter headquarters with the sync changes his bio to Chief Twit.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Style? For me, it's the pursuit of timeless elegance. Crisp, clean, classic, subtle brilliance. You don't know what it is that catches your eye, but it does, you know. The cut, the color, the lines. There's something in the essence of the evergreen. You feel special, selected. That's when I know I found the right fit. When I feel selected.
This particular incident coming out from Shivamoga, we've also understood that the police have beefed up security.
This is exactly where the blast happened, in front of the Kota Ishwaran temple.
Forces continue to intensify anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir. One terrorist has been killed in Kupwara.
Palestinian elements are trying to establish their agenda in Canada. There was no action from the side of the Canada, and resulting, this Diwali turned into the clash.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has played a Hindu card before the elections. There should be Lakshmi.
The road connectivity between Bhakulpong and Bomdila of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh was cut off after a landslide hit the West Kameng district. A massive fire broke out in a fuel tanker in which 2 persons died and over 20 sustained injuries near Anjangaon village in Madhya Pradesh. Canada's police intervened between Khalistanis and Indian groups after clashes ensued between the two during Diwali celebrations at the Westwood Mall in Canada's Brampton.
Announced new strategic military maneuvers for the 19th of February to be overseen by President Vladimir Putin amid concerns that the Kremlin is possibly planning an invasion of Ukraine.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg rejected the Russian claims that Ukraine might be preparing to use a radioactive device and called them absurd. Stoltenberg underlined that the 30-nation military organization will not be intimidated or deterred from supporting Ukraine's right to self-defense for as long as it takes.
President Putin is failing on the battlefield. He is responding with more indiscriminate attacks on Ukrainian cities, against civilians and against critical infrastructure, and with dangerous nuclear rhetoric. We are also seeing Russia accuse Ukraine of preparing to use a radiological dirty bomb. This is absurd.
Stoltenberg, during a visit to the aircraft carrier USS George H.W. Bush, also calls Vladimir Putin's nuclear rhetoric dangerous and reckless and irresponsible.
President Putin's nuclear rhetoric is dangerous and it is reckless and irresponsible. Any use of a nuclear weapon in Ukraine will fundamentally change the nature of the conflict. President Putin, Russia, knows that a nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought. And they also know that there will be severe consequences.
He added that NATO allies reject this transparently false allegation.
Russia now falsely claims Ukraine is preparing to use a radiological dirty bomb on its own territory. NATO allies reject this transparently false allegation. Russia often accuses others for what they intend to do themselves. We have seen this pattern before, from Syria to Ukraine. Russia must not use false pretexts for further escalation. The world is watching closely.
Whereas the Pentagon scolds Russia on the dirty bomb allegation. After Russian Defense Minister Sergei made an unsubstantiated allegation over the weekend that Ukraine was preparing to launch a so-called dirty bomb, the Pentagon joined other countries, including Britain and France, in strongly refuting those claims.
Friday's call was initiated by Secretary Austin, who reached out to his Russian counterpart to request a phone call. As you're aware, they had not spoken since May, and so the Secretary felt that it was important to reach out and to keep the lines of communication open, and so Friday presented an opportunity to connect in that regard. And then on Sunday, Minister Shoigu reached out and requested another phone call to follow up on Friday's discussion, which of course we provided subsequently a readout of that call.
Western countries say that the recent Russian military strikes have targeted Ukraine's power grid. These strikes have employed various missiles and drones, including Iranian-provided unmanned aerial vehicles. Meanwhile, the US will continue to monitor the situation closely and keep the lines of communication between allies, partners, Ukrainians and the Russians. Agency Report, Republic TV.
Now, after Arvind Kejriwal's suggestion of printing images of Hindu deities Ganesh and Lakshmi on currency notes, the Congress leader Manish Tiwari has now tweeted suggesting Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's image be printed on freshly minted currency. He tweeted, and I quote, "Why not Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's photograph on new series of currency notes? One side the great Mahatma and the other side Dr. Ambedkar. Non-violence, constitutionalism and egalitarianism fusing in a unique union that would sum up the modern Indian genius perfectly." So that's a suggestion that's coming in right now from Manish Tiwari. Let's try and go across to our correspondents on the ground to get more details. Anuj is joining us live now. Anuj, we aren't really seeing the end of this debate, are we now? We've had Mr. Tiwari tweet. He's got another suggestion saying, why not print Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's image?
Well, this is a big controversy now which has started by Arvind Kejriwal, that's the Chief Minister of Delhi. And yesterday we have seen the comment of Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, where he is saying about the god and the goddess photo on the notes, on the currency of India. Now this is Congress's Manish Tiwari who is also coming out. Why aren't there be the photo of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar along with Mahatma Gandhi? So we have seen earlier how Bharatiya Janata Party was attacking on the same, and now this is Congress Party, Manish Tiwari, who is also there in the debate. Now this controversy is becoming bigger as this has been just started by Arvind Kejriwal just before the Gujarat election, and this has been stated that Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi and the Aam Aadmi Party Supremo, is trying to play the Hindu card. The Hindu card, that is something which has been stated by the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's something now being targeted by the Congress Party. We are going to see the more of bird along with the parties. That's something what we are seeing. At this point in time, we are reporting live on the story. The controversy is becoming bigger. Arvind Kejriwal, Delhi's Chief Minister, is under the radar. We'll be right back after a short break. Stay tuned.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
The road connectivity between Bhakulpong and Bomdila of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh was cut off after a landslide hit the West Kameng district. A massive fire broke out in a fuel tanker in which 2 persons died and over 20 sustained injuries near Anjangaon village in Madhya Pradesh. Canada's police intervened between Khalistanis and Indian groups after clashes ensued between the two during Diwali celebrations at the Westwood Mall in Canada's Brampton.
This particular incident coming out from Shivamoga, we've also understood that the police have beefed up security.
This is exactly where the blast happened, in front of the Kota Ishwaran temple.
Forces continue to intensify anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir. One terrorist has been killed in Kupwara.
Khalistani elements are trying to establish their agenda in Canada. There was no action from the side of the Canada, and resulting, this Diwali turned into the clash.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has played a Hindu card.
This particular incident coming out from Shivamoga, we've also understood that the police have beefed up security.
This is exactly where the blast happened, in front of the Kota Ishwaran temple.
Forces continue to intensify anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir. One terrorist has been killed in Kupwara.
Khalistani elements are trying to establish their agenda in Canada. There was no action from the side of the Canada, and resulting, this Diwali turned into the clash.
And here's a quick look at sporting action from across the world after a morale-boosting win over their arch-rivals Pakistan. The men in blue are all set to take on Netherlands in their second match of the ICC T20 World Cup today. The match will be held at the iconic Sydney Cricket Ground. South Africa takes on table toppers Bangladesh today at the Sydney Cricket Ground in the 22nd match of the World Cup. Tottenham Hotspurs had to share 1 point after a 1-1 draw with Sporting Lisbon on match day 5 of the Group D of the Champions League at the Tottenham Stadium in London. Proud favourites Barcelona and Atletico de Madrid had to exit the Champions League following their defeats. Barcelona was defeated by Bayern Munich in a 3-0 match with Atletico went after being handed a 2-2 draw with Bayern Leverkusen. World number 1 Carlos Alcaraz cruised into the quarterfinals of the Swiss Indoor Open with straight sets victory over Bottio van de Dascoop of the Netherlands. You are watching Republic TV, and up next, under pressure, the Stalin government hands over the probe to the NIA. The agency is to begin its investigation as terror links emerge. Union Home Minister Amit Shah will be chairing a 2-day Chintan Shivir of Home Ministers of all states in Hyderabad's Surajkund today.
It's hybrid by nature, a silent predator. The new breed rises above all others. A new breed of SUVs, the advanced Grand Vitara, rule every road.
Good evening and welcome viewers. Anytime now the Gujarat election dates will be announced, and Arvind Kejriwal says it is time that in India pictures of Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh are printed on India's currency notes. Kejriwal thinks this is a political masterstroke. He thinks that it will immediately make Gujarat's 88-89% Hindu population swing and vote for him. And I think Kejriwal is completely wrong. This is going to boomerang, viewers. You watch out for it. In fact, on the contrary, I think it is likely that Hindus will be very angry at Kejriwal for trying to use Hindu gods so openly to seek votes. They'd say, how can Kejriwal do that? Kejriwal is cornered because recently his leaders, a minister was caught on tape abusing Hindu gods, abusing them in a mass conversion ceremony. So Kejriwal sits and thinks and plots, and then he thinks that he will totally reverse things by making this demand. Mind you, Kejriwal knows fully well that Hindu gods will not be printed on rupee notes, because the Reserve Bank of India, which prints the notes, had in 2010 put a complete lid on any such change or exercise. Kejriwal knows that. As an ex-Indian Revenue Service officer, Kejriwal knows that and is still making this demand, which he knows is never going to happen. This proves that all that Kejriwal is doing is knowingly playing around with the sentiments of Hindus across the country. Now I ask you viewers, how fair is that? Is it right to play around with Hindu sentiments in such a callous and cavalier manner?
The road connectivity between Bhakulpong and Bomdila of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh was cut off after a landslide hit the West Kameng district. A massive fire broke out in a fuel tanker in which 2 persons died and over 20 sustained injuries near Anjangaon village in Madhya Pradesh. Canada's police intervened between Khalistanis and Indian groups after clashes ensued between the two during Diwali celebrations at the Westwood Mall in Canada's Brampton.
Top headlines at 9 a.m. Bribes, contracts and posts. Big twist in Munuguru by polls. TRS now alleges poaching by the BJP. BJP hits out at TRS over poaching claims, says story, screenplay and direction by KCR. High drama now ensues in Telangana as TRS stages mega showdown. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on a 2-day visit to J&K and Ladakh, big projects and mega meets lined up. BJP swings into action mode. Home Minister Amit Shah to chair a 2-day Chintan Shivir of Home Ministers of all states in Haryana. Thanks for tuning in this Thursday morning. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava, tracking all the big updates coming in on the story from Telangana, where in a fresh controversy ahead of polls, the Cyberabad Commissioner of Police has stated that 3 persons allegedly tried to poach TRS MLAs. The Commissioner said that the conspiracy was busted after they received information from the TRS MLAs. Now, following this, the TRS leader Krishant Mane has alleged that BJP tried to topple KCR's government as it did in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Karnataka, thereby alleging Operation Kamal by the BJP, also stating that the TRS MLAs are not for sale. So that's a big charge that's been leveled by the TRS on the BJP, saying that their MLAs were being poached by the BJP. Let's listen in to a lot of reactions as well coming in on this big story.
पूरा मान लिए के पूरा वो डर से ये पूरा स्टोरी क्रिएट कर रहा है वो। इसमें बीजेपी पार्टी का कुछ भी इसमें वास्ता नहीं है, कोई संबंध नहीं है। जो लोग वो लोग बोल रहे टीवी में, जो बता रहे 3 लोग, हम तो कभी उनको देखे नहीं है हमारे पार्टी में। उन लोगों को वो तीनों कहाँ मिले, उनके फार्म हाउस में क्यों लेके गए? यहाँ तेलंगाना के सीएम साहब ने उनके पास जो भी पैसा कमाया तेलंगाना के लोगों को लूट के, कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट के नाम पे, पालमूर रंगारेड्डी प्रोजेक्ट के नाम से, मिशन भगीरथ का नाम से, मिशन भगीरथ के नाम से और मिशन काकतिया के ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स में, अनेक प्रोजेक्ट्स में जितने पैसे, लाखों करोड़ रुपए जो लूटा है केसीआर ने और उनके फैमिली ने, हजारों एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में करोड़ खर्च करके इलेक्शन किसी भी हाल वो पैसे खर्च कर जीतने के लिए, तो वो लोग इतने प्रयास कर रहे, वो जितना भी प्रयास करे वो प्रयास विफल होने वाला है मुनुगोडू में। इसीलिए डर के ऐसा पूरा ड्रामा चला रही है। इसमें बीजेपी का कुछ भी इसमें नहीं है। खाली बीजेपी को बदनाम करने के लिए केसीआर जो ड्रामा खेल रहा है, वो सब लोग अभी तेलंगाना टीवी में जो स्टोरीज हर चैनल में जो आ रहा है उसको देख के तो ही समझ में आ रहा है कि ये कितनी बड़ी नाटक रचा है केसीआर बोल के।
BJP is known for toppling state governments across India. They have done with Shiv Sena's government in Maharashtra, with Madhya Pradesh, and also at Karnataka, and they were always threatening to do the same with KCRG's government in Telangana. But one thing is clear out today, that KCRG's MLAs are not for sale. Using Swamiji's and many other political brokers, Bharatiya Janata Party leaders were caught red-handed today by pressurizing MLAs, 4 MLAs of TRS to shift sides to Bharatiya Janata Party, offering hundreds of crores and contracts just before the Munuguru by-election, where for 18,000 crores contract, Rajgopal Reddy shifted sides from Congress to BJP, and the same was tried again to BJP. Today, BJP tried, but these KCRG's MLAs informed police that BJP has been pressurizing them, and today police has caught them red-handed.
And Aneri joining us live from Hyderabad, getting us all those updates. Aneri, put this into context for us again. What happened in these raids that were conducted, and what was really found in these raids that were conducted by the Telangana police?
Well, Samiksha, this is a big crackdown by the Telangana police. Well, they have been stating that when they reached the farmhouse in Moinabad, there were 4 TRS MLAs who were present, but also a big claim coming in, a big statement coming in from the Cyberabad police commissioner, where he clearly given out a statement that these 4 MLAs were the TRS MLAs were the one who had given them information about them being lured for by money, contracts and positions, and so they had conducted raids based on that information. And then there were 3 people who were found there in that farmhouse who were trying to poach them is a larger question, but also at the same time now we see that there is a massive political outrage which has broken out in the Telangana state, where we see that the TRS, which is now also known as BRS, and the Bharatiya Janata Party, so these 2 political parties, now a massive war of words have broken out as the TRS party continues to state that it's the BJP who were trying to poach their MLAs and now they are in a fix. But also at the same time, we have been seeing that how the BJP leaders have been hitting out at the TRS leaders, and also the BJP state president Bandi Sanjay himself had stated that this is all a scripted and a storyline which has been scripted by the Telangana Chief Minister and the TRS Chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao. But also in the meantime, Bandi Sanjay has stated that why don't they release the CCTV footage of the last 2 to 3 days where the TRS MLAs were seen staying at an hotel and also going in Pragati Bhavan, that is the CM's camp office, from morning to evening. So now a larger question is that what exactly was the motive behind this? These 4 MLAs who were found there at that farmhouse were actually being poached, or what was the motive behind this? As we also see that the police officials state that they will be further looking into the legal course of action and further investigate into the matter on who were they, how they were being tried to lure these TRS MLAs who were being tried to lure by money, posts and contracts.
Yes, Aneri, stay with us. If we talk about the allegations that have been made by TRS, where they say that their MLAs were offered 100 crore each to cross over. There were contracts running into crores that were offered, an attempt to engineer defections just ahead of the by-polls. What has the BJP really retorted to these kind of allegations, big allegations that have been made by the TRS?
Well, yes, we have been seeing how these allegations are being raised by the TRS leaders against the Bharatiya Janata Party. This comes just ahead of the Munuguru by-elections, which are very crucial for both the political parties, because the Congress MLA who had resigned from the Congress party and the MLA's post had joined into the BJP. But now it's a tough fight between the TRS and the BJP for the Munuguru by-elections. But now when we talk about these contracts and the positions and money which were which are said to be as police officials have stated that these TRS MLAs were being lured by the money and positions. Now a larger question is that what was the motive behind it? Were they being actually tried to oppose these MLAs? Because we also are going to see the Telangana state is also going to see the state assembly elections in the year 2023, next year that is, and so high pitch campaigning for the Munuguru by-elections, but also at the same time we have been seeing that a mega political political drama is unfolding here in the state of Telangana, where the few MLAs were being tried to poach is what the allegation is against the BJP.
Stay with us. A lot of reactions as well coming in. Let's listen once again to the versions by the BJP as well as the TRS.
BJP is known for toppling state governments across India. They have done with Shiv Sena's government in Maharashtra, with Madhya Pradesh, and also at Karnataka, and they were always threatening to do the same with KCRG's government in Telangana.
हजारों एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में करोड़ खर्च करके इलेक्शन किसी भी हाल वो पैसे खर्च कर जीतने के लिए तो वो लोग इतने प्रयास कर रहे, वो जितना भी प्रयास करे वो प्रयास विफल होने वाला है मुनुगोडु में, इसीलिए डर के ऐसा पूरा ड्रामा चला रही है.
Also, Aneri, if you could quickly give us more details as to what has the police said in this whole matter, because we understand police there having said that they received a tip-off from the TRS basis which they conducted these raids in this particular farmhouse.
That's right, Samiksha. When there were these raids which were conducted, there were few police officials and also forces which were put up at that farmhouse in Moinabad. But then later, we also saw that the Cyberabad police commissioner had reached there. Stephen Ravindra reached there and later checked all of that, whatever transpired there. And later, while speaking to the media, he has very clearly stated that first we got this information that there's a meeting which is being held in Hafiz Nagar in Moinabad at a farmhouse, and then he also stated that this information was first given to them by the TRS MLAs itself, and there they found three people, that is Nandakumar and also Simhayajulu and also Satish Sharma. These three people were found there at the farmhouse, and then they have been caught by the police officials. They have been taken in custody, they have been arrested, and also at the same time now we see that the police officials very clearly stating that there will be a legal action which will be looked into and further investigation will be taken up in regard with how these TRS MLAs were being lured by money, position and the contracts. So now this is a mega political breakout which has been happening in the state of Telangana ahead of the Munuguru by-elections.
Yes, Aniri, stay with us. Let's listen into that soundbite as well of the Cyberabad police official.
ఇక్కడ అజీజ్ నగర్ అంటే మోయినాబాద్ దగ్గర ఫామ్ హౌస్లో మనకి ఇక్కడ కొందరు సమావేశం అయ్యారని ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వచ్చింది. ఇందులోని ప్రధానంగా మనము ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మనకి సమాచారము టిఆర్ఎస్ ఎమ్మెల్యేస్ మనకి ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. ఇక్కడ వాళ్ళని ప్రలోభ పెడుతున్నారని చెప్పి డబ్బు, ఇంకా కాంట్రాక్ట్స్ మరియు ఇతర పదవులు ఇస్తానని వాళ్ళని ప్రలోభ పెడుతున్నారని మనకి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చారు. మరి ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీద మనము ఈరోజు వచ్చి ఈ ఫామ్ హౌస్లని మనము రేడ్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడ ముగ్గురు కనపడ్డారు. ఇందులో మనకి ప్రధానంగా రామచంద్ర భారతి అని ఈయన సతీష్ శర్మ, ఈయన ప్రస్తుతానికి ఇక్కడ ఫరీదాబాద్ టెంపుల్లో ఉంటాడు. అండ్ హైదరాబాద్లో మనకి ఢిల్లీలో ఉంటాడు ఈయన ఇక్కడ మనకి వీళ్ళతో సంప్రదింపులు చేస్తున్నట్టు మనకి కనపడతా ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడ ఆయనతోని.
All right, so the Cyberabad police, they are saying that they received a tip-off from the TRS, following which they conducted raids. Aneri, thank you for the moment. We'll keep coming back to you for more developments on the big story. And for now, moving on to another big breaking news coming in, this one from Mumbai. Now, film producer Kamal Kishore Mishra is on the run as he's been accused of ramming his wife with his car. Based on the CCTV tape also that's been accessed, the incident where his wife can be seen falling on the ground after the film producer Kamal Kishore hit her with his car. Now, according to the police, the filmmaker Kamal Kishore rammed his wife with his car after his wife caught him with another woman. A case, we are told, has been registered. However, the accused is on the run and the investigation has also been initiated. But those are the visuals as well coming in right now. Sandeep reporting live from Mumbai. Sandeep, give us more details on this CCTV tape that has also been accessed, in which we can see the filmmaker ramming his car on his wife.
CS, Dehati disco film producer, is well-known film producer Kamal Kishore Mishra. Now he was in his building's lobby, in fact, in the car parking with another woman, and as he was caught red-handed by his wife, now at the same point of time he rammed his car over his wife, and in fact, following which his wife got serious injuries in legs, as well as she also got injured on her head as well. So now a case has been registered at Amboli police station under section of IPC 279 and 337. In fact, and now the producer is on the run, and in fact, the Amboli police is in search of the film producer.
All right, Sandeep, thank you for the moment. So that's the news break coming in from Mumbai, where a filmmaker, of course, is on the run after he's rammed his car into his wife while he was found in this car with another woman. And a quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country. 4 TRS MLAs have accused BJP of having tried to poach them in what seemed to be a high political drama which unfolded. On Wednesday, the 4 MLAs were found in a farmhouse in Aziz Nagar within Cyberabad Police Commissionerate limits. And it's the biggest poaching controversy ahead of Bipole. TRS having alleged that the BJP tried to poach its MLAs. Under pressure, the Stalin government has handed over the Coimbatore cylinder blast probe to the NI. The state government decided that the involvement of factors extraneous to the state and possible international links made the case fit for investigation by the agency. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is set to chair a 2-day Chintan Shivir with Home Ministers of all states in Faridabad in Haryana. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Army Chief General Manoj Pandey are set to attend the event marking 75 years of Infantry Day in Jammu and Kashmir. Today, Infantry Day, remember, is celebrated to commemorate the first military operation of independent India. Fire broke out in a warehouse in Girgaon in the intervening night of Wednesday. The fire was brought under control after 5 fire tenders were rushed to the spot. No casualties, however, were reported. National capital remains wrapped in smog as its air quality index continues to deteriorate and remain in the poor category.
दीपावली से भयंकर हो गई, बहुत ज़्यादा भयंकर हो गई, सांस लेना भी मुश्किल पड़ रहा है। और हम लोग क्या कि डेली हम वॉक करने वाले आदमी, हम 4 लोग फ्रेंड हैं, आज हम 2 ही आए हैं। 2 लोग क्या कि उनकी पोल्यूशन की वजह से वो निकल नहीं पा रहे। हाँ, हम लोग थोड़े से हमसे एज थोड़ी ज़्यादा है, और पोल्यूशन की वजह से ही वो लोग नहीं निकल पा रहे। और हम लोग फिर भी थोड़ा सा कोशिश करेंगे, निकलना चाहिए, लेकिन पोल्यूशन की हालत बहुत ज़्यादा ख़राब हो चुकी है सर।
Tesla boss Elon Musk arrived in Twitter at the Twitter headquarters with a sync ahead of an end-of-week deadline to close his deal to buy the company. He also changed his Twitter bio to Chief of Twitter. And news coming in from Bihar, where a late-night fire broke out at Buxar's powerhouse on Wednesday evening. As soon as the information about the fire breaking out was received, there was chaos in the entire powerhouse. As you can see, the visuals of the huge fire that broke out in this particular powerhouse in Buxar. We are told that the employee wanted to control the fire, but the fire only intensified, as can be seen in the visuals as well. At the same time, the employees informed the fire brigade, which reached the spot. But the fire we are told that slowly the spark turned into flames and slowly it only started intensifying. Seeing which the employees reached the spot where the employees saw that the fire had engulfed the area around the powerhouse. So these are the visuals coming in from late last night of the fire that broke out at a powerhouse in Buxar. The fire brigade was of course called to douse the flames. Yet to know about the extent of the fire, but it seems humongous from the visuals coming in right now. And Prakash also joining us for more on that. Prakash, if you could give us more details as to if the fire has been doused of the fire that broke out in this particular powerhouse in Buxar.
Well, this incident took place late last evening yesterday, and the powerhouse in Buxar town caught fire, and it has been doused. No casualties has taken place. The exact reasons for the fire has not yet been ascertained as yet, but it seems that there was some short circuit as well as some leakage of oil that took place in that vicinity, as a result of which the fire caught up in that particular powerhouse. Now that it has been doused, no casualty has taken place. The local administration rushed onto the spot along with the fire tenders. Around a dozen of fire tenders were put on the job to douse the fire.
All right, Prakash, thank you for those details. So that is what we are picking up as of now, the fire that broke out at this particular powerhouse in Buxar. Fortunately, the fire has now been doused and no casualty has been caused as a result of the fire that broke out late last evening. And moving on to more news then, the Tamil Nadu BJP chief K. Annamalai welcomed the DMK government's decision to hand over the Coimbatore car blast case to the National Investigation Agency. However, Annamalai, the Tamil Nadu BJP chief, stressed that the law and order situation is getting worse by the day in the state, also alleging that MK Stalin government only tried to downplay the incident as a mere cylinder blast.
Fears were aroused by the explosion in Coimbatore near a temple. But it was conveniently deemed as a cylinder blast. Till Tamil Nadu BJP chief Annamalai asked questions.
All we are doing is telling the government, people have started to know this is a terror attack, this is a suicide attack. Please don't hide anymore. Please arrest people, give us confidence. Change officers, put some extra security in Coimbatore. Please brief press openly so that press and political parties will support you.
Now in the public eye, compelled to act, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has handed over the case to the NIA. It appears that the plot was much larger. Findings from the investigation into the Coimbatore explosion point to a potential connection between ISIS and the Colombo explosion's perpetrators. A team from the NIA arrived in the city following the alleged terror connection and is assessing the situation. At first, the explosion, which had taken place before Diwali, had been attributed to an automobile cylinder blast. Now, alarming information about the Coimbatore Accuse possible connection to Colombo has come to light. The Stringent Unlawful Activities Act has been evoked in the case, while 5 of others have been arrested. Republic also tracked residents of accused Mubin who had died in the blast.
Right now, we are at Jamesha Mubin's house, the person who died in the terror attack, the cylinder blast that happened in Coimbatore town hall. And as you can see, there is so many toxic powders that is seen on the floor of the house. And there are so many things. We have been, known that explosives such as aluminium nitrate and sulfur and ammonium were taken from this house. And these could have been the evidences that the police gathered from this house.
The main suspect, Mubin, was questioned by the NIA in 2019 for potential connections to ISIS. According to the NIA, he allegedly kept in communication with the leader of the terrorist organization, National Tawajjuh Jamaat, Zahran Hashim, using social media, which is why the BJP is labeling it as a terror attack.
In your lifetime, have you seen any? We welcome the decision of the Tamil Nadu CM to hand over the case to NIA. That is what we have been saying from day one. For 48 hours, the state government was trying to picture this as a cylinder blast. The DGP of the state was forced to say this is a cylinder blast. In the official press note of the Tamil Nadu state government, they were forced to call this a cylinder blast. Because Tamil Nadu, the internal law and order situation is getting very bad day in and day out. All kinds of anti-nationals are given a free hand to operate in our state.
One of the terrorists responsible for the series of bombings in Colombo in 2019 that killed up to 300 people was Hashim. Additionally, the police seized low-intensity explosive components from Mubin's home. The big question is, can politics be a reason to play down the terror threat and endanger the nation? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And before we wrap up this edition of our broadcast, getting in visuals of full dress rehearsals of the event where silver trumpet and trumpet banner will be presented to President Draupadi Murmu's bodyguard. The dress rehearsals took place at the forecourt of the Rashtrapati Bhavan in the national capital.
आपके सामने चक्रव्यूह बनाते हुए और देखिए किस तरीके से बैंड ने भी ताल को बढ़ाया। दोस्तों, पुराण काल में दुश्मन के चारों तरफ जब चक्रव्यूह बनता था तो दुश्मन को ऐसा लगता था कि साक्षात यमराज आए हैं उसे न्योता देने। बचने का कोई सवाल नहीं। बैंड की ताल के साथ घोड़ों की चाल भी बढ़ गई और मुझे यकीन है कि हम सबकी दिल की धड़कन भी तेज हो चुकी है। और सिंगल फाइल में इस फॉर्मेशन का नाम है इंडियन फाइल। पूरी दुनिया में जब घोड़े एक के बाद एक आते हैं आक्रमण पर, उसे इंडियन फाइल बोला जाता है, क्योंकि प्राचीन काल में जब हिंदुस्तान के सवार दुश्मन पे हमला करते थे तो एक के बाद एक दुश्मन में हावी हो जाती थी। इसीलिए चीन संस्कृति का हिस्सा है, हमारी सैन्य संपदा है। देखिए किस तरीके से 16 घोड़े एक कतार में, एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए। मिलिट्री बैंड का सैन्य संगीत एक अहम भूमिका निभाता है। आज से 5000 साल पहले जब कुरुक्षेत्र की रणभूमि में महाभारत चल रहा था, वहां भी युद्ध शंख, नगाड़े और ढोल बज रहे थे ताकि सैनिकों का हौसला, अश्व योद्धाओं का हौसला हमेशा ऊंचा रहे। और अब आज की कतार में आपके सामने से गुजरते हुए
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has played a Hindu card before the elections. There should be Lakshmi and Ganesh pictures on Indian currency.
The police station can be seen being vandalized in Khan Market, and vehicles were also set on fire.
PPA invoked in Coimbatore blast probe as chemical substances are seized.
A rape convict Gurmeet Ram Rahim, convicted for rape and murder, is out on parole and has featured in a music video that is racking up the numbers on YouTube.
The road connectivity between Bhakulpong and Bomdila of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh was cut off after a landslide hit the West Kameng district. A massive fire broke out in a fuel tanker in which 2 persons died and over 20 sustained injuries near Anjangaon village in Madhya Pradesh. Canada's police intervened between Khalistanis and Indian groups after clashes ensued between the two during Diwali celebrations at the Westwood Mall in Canada's Brampton.
This particular incident coming out from Shivamoga, we've also understood that the police have beefed up security.
This is exactly where the blast happened, in front of the Kota Ishwaran temple.
Forces continue to intensify anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir.
Bribes, contracts and posts. Big twist in Munuguru by polls. TRS now alleges poaching by BJP. BJP hits out at TRS over poaching. Claims says story, screenplay and direction by KCR. High drama now ensues in Telangana. TRS stages mega showdown. Defence Minister on a 2-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. Big projects and mega meets lined up. BJP swings into action mode. Home Minister Amit Shah to chair a 2-day Chintan Shivir of Home Ministers of all states in Haryana today. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Live and Breaking with me, Nivedna Prabhu. Starting off with breaking news that is coming in. BJP leader Tajinder Bagga has now shared a picture of 1984 riot accused Jagdish Titler, seen as Kharge becomes Congress chief. So that is the big news that is coming in, where the 1984 riot accused spotted at Congress event. Now remember, Mallikarjun Kharge was sworn in as the Congress chief yesterday, and these are the visuals, the pictures as well that you can see on the screen, where Kharge is with Sonia Gandhi as well, and at the back we can spot the 1984 accused of the riot, Jagdish Titler, being seen in this particular picture over here. So big controversy, of course, coming out as Kharge takes charge, or as the Congress chief. The 1984 accused in the riot can be seen in this picture, where we can also see Mallikarjun Kharge as well as Sonia Gandhi in those visuals on your screen. For more information on this, we have Harsha, who's getting us the latest details about this. Harsha, how do you, how are we viewing this? Because obviously at this particular event, in a sense where, Kharge became the Congress chief, it's quite controversial to be having Jagdish Titler also being a part of this particular event, because he is one of the accused in the 1984 riots case.
Exactly. Since Jagdish Titler is one of the accused in the 1984 Sikh riots, now BJP has been saying that continuously Congress is following its policy, continuing to patronize 1984 anti-Sikh riots and the love for the accused Jagdish Titler, because in the visuals which you can clearly see, yesterday in Congress office there was a ceremony of Mallikarjun Kharge and Sonia Gandhi, Meera Kumar, Rahul Gandhi and all the senior Congress leaders were present there. The 1984 Sikh riots were very, Jagdish Titler was the main accused Accuse and BJP has again hit. Only Tejinder Bagga has right now tweeted about it, but yes, there are many more voices coming in from BJP party leaders, be Shehzad Poonawala, be it Nalin Kohli, be it Ashwani Upadhyay, Amit Malviya, all have been criticizing Congress that yesterday when it was the ceremony, Mallikarjun Kharge was taking oath. Mallikarjun Kharge as new Congress president was taking charge. You shouldn't have invited Jagdish Titler, because among Sikh, what it will be seen as, because that was the time in 1984 that Sikhs have gone through a major difficult time where a terrorist attack happened, and all the situation in Delhi wasn't very bad. And in that
we have Tejinder Singh Bagga joining us on the phone lines. I'll come back to you. Tejinder Singh Bagga, thank you for talking to Republic TV. Your reaction about the fact that these pictures are now coming in, where we of course see Jagdish Titler in this particular event as well as Kharge becomes the Congress chief.
देखिए, पूरा देश जानता है कि 1984 में सिखों को मरवाने में कांग्रेस का क्या रोल रहा। राजीव गांधी ने वहां पे सिखों को मरवाया। राजीव गांधी के जो सहयोगी थे जगदीश टाइटलर, सज्जन कुमार और एचपीएल भगत जैसे लोग सिखों को मरवाने में आगे रहे। जब उनका साबित हो गया, कुछ लोग आज के समय में जेल में हैं, लेकिन आज भी जगदीश टाइटलर जैसे लोगों को मुख्य कार्यक्रमों में बुला के और सेरेमनी में मुख्य गेस्ट बुला के कांग्रेस ने साबित कर दिया है कि वो आज भी सिखों के कातिलों के साथ है। फर्जी माफी मांगना और फिर से सिखों के कातिलों को बुला के सिखों के जख्मों पर नमक छिड़कना, ये बताता है कि सिखों के कातिलों के साथ आज भी सोनिया गांधी और कांग्रेस खड़ी है। जो राजीव गांधी की सोच थी वही आज कांग्रेस की सोच है।
क्या आपको लगता है by inviting him in the Congress oath ceremony, of course, एक तरफ से it is disrespecting the Sikh community as well?
100% आप उसमें देखिए, उस जो मैंने फोटो शेयर किया है उसमें सिर्फ 10-15 ही लोग हैं उसके अंदर। तो वहां पे सिर्फ जो प्रमुख कोर टीम थी वही बैठी हुई थी, जिसमें एक जगदीश टाइटलर थे। तो जगदीश टाइटलर वो व्यक्ति, आप किसी भी आके सिख से पूछ लीजिए, किसी भी हिंदुस्तानी से पूछ लीजिए, उनका रोल पूरे देश को पता है कि किस तरीके से राजीव गांधी के इशारे पर एक शराब की बोतल और 100 रुपए एक सिख की कत्ल की वो कीमत लगाई गई थी। सिखों के गले में टायर डाल कर उनको जिंदा जलाया गया था। ये पूरा देश जानता है, सबने वो मंजर देखा है, यूट्यूब के ऊपर वीडियो है, सब लोग जानते हैं। तो आज भी अगर जब उनकी सरकार आई, एक तो मनमोहन सिंह जी से उन्होंने माफी मंगवा के नाटक किया, लेकिन उसके बावजूद सिखों के कातिलों के साथ खड़े रहते हैं, तो सिखों के जख्मों में बार बार कांग्रेस नमक छिड़कती है।
All right, Tejinder Singh Bagga, thank you for joining us here on Republic TV and giving us your reaction about this particular fact that Jagdish Titler has, is being seen in those pictures as Mallikarjun Kharge becomes the Congress chief. We can also see Sonia Gandhi in those pictures as well. But I'll go back to Harsha, who's reporting on this story. Harsha, give us more information in terms of reactions that are coming in as well. Of course, we just spoke to Tejinder Singh Bagga as well. Anybody else from the BJP who's hit out at the fact that, the 1984 Accuse is being seen in these pictures at the Congress event?
Exactly, we have spoken to Shehzad Poonawala and Amit Malviya as well, and both have clearly stated that this has been the policy of the Gandhis. At that time also, when the charges were being pressed, at that time the Congress inclination towards the press charges against him was not seen like that. Gandhi family always had love for Titler and Sajjan Kumar, who was also the mainstream Congress leader, whose alleged involvement in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots were clearly be seen. And Titler, not to forget, he was union minister in the past in Congress government, and not only this, from past 3 decades, he is facing barrage of accusations for his alleged involvement in the anti-Sikh riots that he led the mob to kill Sikh. And right now, when we see Mallikarjun Kharge as the new president of Congress, when everyone is seeing that Congress will be a different Congress, when the rules, policy and the internal working committee will be changed and the working protocol of Congress will obviously change. People are seeing Congress as a renewal Congress, as a new Congress, as how Kharge will take a Congress. And that time, Titler being introduced and called as a chief guest is very disrespecting for the Sikh community. Not only this, leaders like Manjinder Singh Sirsa, who belongs from the Sikh community, and family of him, the extended family of him, have gone through the anti-Sikh riots, the massacre that happened, and the situation was at that time in 1984. So these are the leaders now who have been coming in front and speaking against the Gandhis. Back to you.
Well, all right. Thank you, Harsha, for getting us those latest details. We'll, of course, continue to track that story and find out what are the other reactions coming in. But moving on to other stories that we're tracking at this hour. More breaking news coming in. Afsar Khan, who was earlier detained by the police, has now been arrested and added to the list of accused along with other 5. Now, this is the update in the Coimbatore blast case, where the police have now stated that after going through the laptop, they have found evidence. So that is the big lead evidence that is also coming in terms of a laptop being recovered, is what the police have stated. On the other hand, Afsar Khan, who was earlier detained by the police, have now been arrested and added to the list of accused along with the other 5. Now, remember, the other 5 was sent to judicial custody for 15 days. So the big breakthrough that is coming in the Coimbatore blast case is that Afsar Khan, who was earlier detained by the police, has now been arrested and added to the list of along with the other 5 as well. Now we're cutting across to Varshini, who has been continuously reporting on the story. Varshini, very good morning to you. We're understanding that another person now who was earlier detained by the police has now been arrested. Now, this, of course, adding to the list of the other 5 who were already arrested and sent to judicial custody for the next 15 days. So give us the latest in terms of Afsar Khan and his involvement.
Oh, well, definitely yes. So Afsar Khan, if you see, is the cousin of Jamesha Mubin, who died in this car blast. And we also saw how the local police have detained him yesterday, and they also raided his house, took away his laptop, and they also took some other documents from his house. But after going through the laptop, the police have stated that there has been evidence that he has been searching on how to, what are the chemicals that is needed to be used for making of explosives, and how do they buy them safely in online transactions. These are the kind of searches that the police have found from the laptop. Therefore, they have now added him to the accused list. He's been now arrested, and he will be also been produced before the magistrate and also been sent to judicial custody. But as of now, we learned that he is the 6th arrest being made in this car blast case in Coimbatore, and we also learned that he's a relative of Jamesha Mubin. So there could have been many conversations that could have happened between Jamesha Mubin and Afsar Khan. Previously, when the 5 people were arrested, the interrogations happened by the police, and now that the NIA will be taking over the case, Afsar Khan would be interrogated by the NIA is also very notable. Therefore, many revelations between what kind of conversation went through between Jamesha Mubin and Afsar Khan could come to the light. Therefore, Afsar Khan would be a very crucial, arrest in this matter, is what we are able to understand from now.
All right. Thank you, Varshi, for getting us those latest details. So what we all right. Varshini, you're talking about this particular incident, of course, in terms of the fact that this, case has gotten murkier. Now, initially, of course, it started as a cylinder blast, and we did see the BJP TN chief, Annamalai, claim that it was much more than that. Then we did see the NIA also an initial investigation to be looking into it. So now, with the current investigation where it stands, can you talk to us about that? Apart from the fact that they've also seized a laptop, any other seizures made by the police, if you could talk to us about that as well?
Definitely yes. So basically, if you see, Afsar Khan was detained by the Coimbatore City Police, and only after that they went into his house to conduct raids and to try to confiscate things that could be crucial pieces of evidence to this case. At the same time, we also know that few other people who could have been possible links in this matter have also been detained. So if at all the Coimbatore City Police is able to raid their houses in places, then they might be able to procure more evidence in this case as well. But as of now, if you see, this case is now not being majorly investigated by the Coimbatore City Police until the NIA takes over, and until NIA steps into the whole scene, and the NIA is going, the interrogation and the investigation could be multifold. unfold. Therefore, yes, there is still more, revelations yet to come. But for now, we see that these 5 people who've been initially arrested have also undergone interrogations, and they have also given a lot of statements which could be crucial pieces of evidence. When we tried to ask about the same to the Coimbatore City Commissioner last night, he refused to comment on whatever the current proceedings were. All the Commissioner told us was that investigation is underway. We will give you details only after it is complete, and as NIA is going to take over the case, we cannot divulge more details, is what the Commissioner himself told Republic yesterday.
Right.
But
Right,
as of
Varshini,
now,
we'll of course keep coming back to you to get us more details about this case. But of course, the big breakthrough that is coming in right now is that Afzal Khan, who was earlier detained by the police, has now been arrested. Now he'll also be added to that list of 5 others who were arrested earlier and sent to judicial custody for 15 days. Thank you, Varshini, once again for getting us the latest. But we're moving on to other stories that we're tracking across the globe at the moment. US State Department officials reiterate efforts to support protesters that have swept across over 100 cities since the death of Mahsa Amini. Now, the US government sanctions armed designated 10 members of Iran's leadership, continuing a string of actions imposed against Tehran.
Today, the United States designated 2 Moldovan oligarchs, Vladimir Plahotniuc and Ilan Thor, and their networks in connection with significant acts of corruption and interference in Moldova's election. The United States continues to support Moldova's efforts to counter corruption, reform the justice sector, promote accountability, and strengthen the independence and transparency of its democratic institutions. These designations reaffirm our commitment to tackling corruption as a first-order national security threat and promoting accountability for systemic efforts to undermine Moldova's democratic institutions and elections, including the Kremlin's election interference operations in Moldova.
Syrian and Russian troops conducted joint military drills in Syria involving ground and air forces. Now, both side troops attacked enemy positions under the cover of artillery shelling and airstrikes by warplanes and helicopters. Taiwan's Foreign Minister Joseph Wu, in an announcement, said his cabinet had approved $56 million in aid to Ukraine for various infrastructure reconstruction amid the ongoing Russian invasion.
Foreign Affairs has already come up with a budget approved by our cabinet at an amount of around $56 million. It's going to be used to continue to provide support to Ukraine.
US Secretary of State Antony Blinken hosted a Diwali event at the State Department to underscore religious freedom as a key foreign policy priority of the United States. Now, according to the State Department, the event recognizes the importance on working with all the faith communities to advance shared interests. Clashes in Bolivian cities extended to capital La Paz, where protesters attacked police clad amid riot. Now, the violent protest follows a 5-day-long strike called by opposition lawmakers that proposed a referendum to increase the country's fiscal budget. You are watching Republic TV, and still to come, Defence Minister on a 2-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. Big projects and mega meets lined up. And BJP swings into action mode. Home Minister Amit Shah to chair a 2-day Chintan Shivir of Home Ministers of all states in Haryana today. We'll get you the latest on that on the other side. Stay with us.
The road connectivity between Bhakulpong and Bomdila of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh was cut off after a landslide hit the West Kameng district. A massive fire broke out in a fuel tanker in which 2 persons died and over 20 sustained injuries near Anjangaon village in Madhya Pradesh. Canada's police intervened between Khalistanis and Indian groups after clashes ensued between the two during Diwali celebrations at the Westwood Mall in Canada's Brampton.
This particular incident coming out from Shivamoga, we've also understood that the police have beefed up security.
This is exactly where the blast happened, in front of the Kota Ishwaran temple.
Forces continue to intensify anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir. One terrorist has been killed in Kupwara.
Palestinian elements are trying to establish their agenda in Canada. There was no action from the side of the Canada, and resulting this Diwali turned into the clash.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has played a Hindu card before the elections. There should be Lakshmi and Ganesh pictures on Indian currency.
The police station can be seen being vandalized in Khan Market, and vehicles were also set on fire.
PPA invoked in Coimbatore blast probe as chemical substances are seized. A rape convict Gurmeet Ram Rahim, convicted for rape and murder, is out on parole and has featured in a music video that is racking up the numbers on YouTube.
On to some more breaking news coming in. We're getting in visuals from Karbi Anglong. Police seized contraband drugs worth rupees 10 crore in Assam's Karbi Anglong district. Now the police apprehended 4 drug peddlers and seized 2 vehicles. So that is the big news that is coming in. We have Aniruddha who's joining us on the phone lines. Aniruddha, good morning. Give us more details about the fact that the police have seized these contraband drugs worth rupees 10 crore in Assam.
Yes, it's a big development as far as the war against drug is concerned. The state government have been taking drastic steps with the state police leading a crackdown on the drug racket. Interesting to note that most of these drugs come from Myanmar and use Assam and Northeast as via route in order to reach other parts of the country, and that is also the reason why when last month the Indian Home Minister Amit Shah was here in Guwahati, he had a thorough meeting which all the DGP, Chief Secretaries and the Chief Ministers of the northeastern states, reviewing the security scenario as far as the national security aspect is concerned, and also on the drug trafficking and the drug busting that has been taking place in the northeast. As northeast shares a very close proximity with the Golden Triangle region in Myanmar, this region has become a hotbed of the drug smugglers, the cartels, and that is why actually a massive crackdown is the need of the hour. And today, in one such crackdown, 4 persons have been arrested, whereas contraband drugs worth rupees 10 crore has been seized by the Assam police in Karbi Anglong district of Assam. Samita.
All right, thank you, Aniruddha, for getting us those details. Well, Aniruddha was pointing out 4 drug peddlers. The police have apprehended 4 drug peddlers in this particular incident, and 2 vehicles have also been seized where 10 crore worth of contraband was found in Assam. Now moving on to sports news that we're tracking at this hour. After a moral-boosting win over their arch rivals Pakistan, the men in blue are all set to take on Netherlands in their second match of the ICC T20 World Cup today. The match will be held at the iconic Sydney Cricket Ground. South Africa take on table toppers Bangladesh today at the Sydney Cricket Ground in the 22nd match of the World Cup. Tottenham Hotspur had to share 1 point after a 1-1 draw with Sporting Lisbon on match day 5 of the Group D of the Champions League at the Tottenham Stadium in London. The Crowd favourites Barcelona and Atletico de Madrid had to exit the Champions League following the defeats. Now, Barcelona was defeated by Bayern Munich in a 3-0 match, while Atletico went out after being handed a 2-2 draw with Bayer Leverkusen. World number 1 Carlos Alcaraz cruised into the quarterfinals of the Swiss Indoor Open with straight sets over Botic van D of the Netherlands. And another news, the Light and Sound Show was organized at the Swami Narayan Temple in Gujarat's Navsari on the occasion of Gujarati New Year. Take a look. This particular incident coming out from Shivamoga, we've also understood that the police have beefed up security.
This is exactly where the blast happened, in front of the Kota Ishwaran temple.
Forces continue to intensify anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir. One terrorist has been killed in Kupwara.
Palestinian elements are trying to establish their agenda in Canada. There was no action from the side of the Canada, and resulting, this Diwali turned into the clash.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has played a Hindu card before the elections. There should be Lakshmi and Ganesh pictures on Indian currency.
The police station can be seen being vandalized in Khan Market. Vehicles were also set on fire.
PPA invoked in Coimbatore blast probe as chemical substances are seized. A rape convict Gurmeet Ram Rahim, convicted for rape and murder, is out on parole and has featured in a music video that is racking up the numbers on YouTube.
The road connectivity between Bhakulpong and Bomdila of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh was cut off after a landslide hit the West Kameng district. A massive fire broke out in a fuel tanker in which 2 persons died and over 20 sustained injuries near Anjangaon village in Madhya Pradesh. Canada's police intervened between Khalistanis and Indian groups after clashes ensued between the two during Diwali celebrations at the Westwood Mall in Canada's Brampton.
Coming in fact, we're getting in visuals of toxic foam seen in the Yamuna River in the national capital. Toxic foam covering River Yamuna is what we can see on our screens as well. Once again, where we're seeing toxic foam visible in the Yamuna River. Of course, hazardous pollutants as well in the river, causing the toxic foam to be seen in those visuals as well, which is covering River Yamuna at the moment. These visuals that are coming in from Yamuna River in the national capital. Well, we'll continue to track the story and get the latest in terms of this. We're going to get the latest information about this, where we can see those visuals of all the toxicity coming out from Yamuna River in the national capital. We'll continue to get the latest information on that on the other side as well. Stand by for a Mega Republic exclusive news break from Assam.
Style? For me, it's the pursuit of timeless elegance. Crisp, clean, classic, subtle brilliance. You don't know what it is that catches your eye, but it does, you know. The cut, the color, the lines. There's something in the essence of the evergreen. You feel special, selected. That's when I know I found the right fit, when I feel selected.
Good evening and welcome, viewers. Anytime now, the Gujarat election dates will be announced. And Arvind Kejriwal says it is time that in India, pictures of Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh are printed on India's currency notes. Kejriwal thinks this is a political masterstroke. He thinks that it will immediately make Gujarat's 88-89% Hindu population swing and vote for him. And I think Kejriwal is completely wrong. This is going to boomerang, viewers. You watch out for it. In fact, on the contrary, I think it is likely that Hindus will be very angry at Kejriwal for trying to use Hindu gods so openly to seek votes. They'd say, how can Kejriwal do that? Kejriwal is cornered because recently his leaders, a minister was caught on tape abusing Hindu gods, abusing them in a mass conversion ceremony. So Kejriwal sits and thinks and plots, and then he thinks that he will totally reverse things by making this demand. Mind you, Kejriwal knows fully well that Hindu gods will not be printed on rupee notes, because the Reserve Bank of India, which prints the notes, had in 2010 put a complete lid on any such change or exercise. Kejriwal knows that. As an ex-Indian Revenue Service officer, Kejriwal knows that and is still making this demand, which he knows is never.
Bribes, contracts and posts. Big twist in the Munuguru by-polls. TRS now alleges poaching by the BJP. The BJP hits out at the TRS over poaching claims, says story, screenplay and direction by KCR. High drama now ensues in Telangana. The TRS stages a mega showdown. Fresh controversy as Kharge takes charge as the Congress chief. The 1984 riots accused is seen in the Congress event. Coimbatore blast probe widens. 6th accused is now placed under arrest. The Defence Minister is on a 2-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. Big projects and mega meets are lined up. Good morning and thank you very much for staying with us on Live and Breaking. This is Republic TV. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Now we begin with news that's just coming in about the row over the Miya Museum. Now the AQIS wanted communal tensions to escalate and thereby funded the Miya Museum in Golpara. The AQIS cadre Sadiq Ali has confessed to the police that Meher Ali and Abdul Bateen contacted him seeking help for the Miya Museum, and an amount was given for this reason. The Assam Bagh Sena, the Assam Miya Chhatra Parishad and the Assam Miya Yuva Parishad are 3 organizations which have been active recently and are working closely with the Assam Miya Parishad. Now, police sources have said that these organizations are frontal organizations of the AQIS and are also share close links with the PFI. Now, Anirudh has more details on this. He joins us from Guwahati. Anirudh, good morning. Anirudh, break down how the funding for this actually worked, because we are given to understand that there was a larger ploy that was there.
Yes, Nupur, in fact, as you have already spoken, how Accuse shares a very close link with this organization, which are working as frontal organization, not only of the Accuse in Assam, but they also share a very close link with the recently banned Popular Front of India, as well as the Campus Front of India. And police investigation has also revealed that this organization, the Ahom Baghena, the Ahom Miya Chhatra Parikhod, and the Ahomia Jubo Parikhod, these all three organizations were closely working with the Ahom Miya Parikhod, which has been already in the radar in related to the activities of the Ahom this Miya Museum, which was recently inaugurated and later sealed by the district administration of Gwalpara, and following that so far 5 people have been arrested. And during the investigation it has come to light that an Accuse operative who was arrested around 12 days back have already confessed as how Abdul Baten and Mahar Ali had contacted them. Abdul Baten and Mahar Ali are the 2 individuals who took the initiative of establishing this Miya Museum in Gwalpara, and Abdul Baten and Mahar Ali had established contact with Sadek Ali a few months back, and they shared the idea of establishing this Miya Museum in Gwalpara, and subsequently a donation was also sought from Sadek Ali, who had assured them that the Al-Qaeda in Indian subcontinent, that is the Accuse, will be partially funding this Miya Museum. And based on the confession of Sadek Ali, in regards to the funding of the Miya Museum, Abdul Baten and Mahar Ali were picked up by the police day before yesterday, and yesterday they were subsequently arrested. Meanwhile, the police have also arrested one Tanu Hadumia, who was a professor in a junior college, and who actually went for inauguration of this museum in question. The police is investigating into the larger details of the funding that has been done by the Accuse, and with the investigation after this funding pattern has come to light, it has also become clear that organizations such as the Ahom Miya Parikhod, the Ahom Miya Chhatra Parikhod, as well as the Ahom Baghena and the Ahom Miya Jubo Parikhod have been working as organizations which have flow.
All right, we seem to be running into some audio trouble with Anirudh's link over there. We're going to fix that and go back to him just a bit. But as Anirudh is pointing out, we're given to understand that this is a wider conspiracy that is being looked upon, and linkages to the PFI have also been drawn. Let's listen in fact, to what the police is saying.
आसाम का जो कल्चर है, असम का जो एक्टिव ग्रुप से सबको मिल के एसएमईज हम लोग एक बरसम बोलता हूँ एसएमईज भाषा में, तो इसको कोई मियाँ शब्द लगा के उस मतलब बंगीय मुस्लिम्स लोग ने इसका ऊपर एक नया रूप उन लोग किया है जो मियाँ शब्द का, और उनका म्यूजियम, इसका म्यूजियम होता है जिसका पूर्व वंश यहाँ रहता है, जिसका हम लोग उसको लेके कोई हम लोग एक हिस्ट्री होता है जिसका हिस्ट्री है नहीं, तो उन लोग एसएमईज कुछ हमारा आसाम में आपको मालूम है मेनली विलेजेस में हम लोग को जहाँ से हमारा खेत का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग होता है, मेनली जहाँ हमारा चावल होता है, जहाँ हमारा मछली का बात होता है, ये सब हमारा कुछ ऑलरेडी कुछ ऑर्नामेंट्स हमारा है ही आसाम में, हमारा विभिन्न जनगोष्ठी है। तो कल मैं देखा हूँ परसों जो उन लोग इसका डायरेक्ट फोटोकॉपी किया है उन लोग। अगर म्यूजियम बनाना है उन लोग को घर में बनाए कोई इशू है नहीं, लेकिन उन लोग का लुंगी है तो लुंगी का तो उन लोग को वहाँ पे कुछ रखा ही नहीं है। तो इसीलिए कल मुख्यमंत्री जी ने इसका ऊपर एक आपको स्टेटमेंट भी जारी किया है और इमीडिएटली आफ्टर इशूइंग ऑफ द स्टेटमेंट उनका बाद असम गवर्नमेंट का कुछ स्पेशली डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है वो म्यूजियम को सील किया है।
का एक गंदा सियासी एजेंडा है कि जो मिया म्यूज़ियम असम में जिन लोगों ने कायम किया था उन लोगों को डिटेन किया है, वो भी अरेस्ट कर रहे हैं। क्योंकि मैं जहाँ तक मैं सोचता हूँ कि मिया एक कम्युनिटी को असम में कहा जाता है जो मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी है और असम के चौर सापुरी और दीगर जितने डिस्ट्रिक्ट है उनमें रहने वाले को मिया कहते हैं। और जो मिया लोग हैं उन लोगों का जो कल्चर है, उन लोगों का जो खेती बाड़ी करने का जितना उनको जो जितने चीज़ें थे और उनको जो खाने पीने का वो बनाने वाले, तो उन कम्युनिटी के कुछ लोग ये सोच रहे थे कि हमने एक म्यूज़ियम यहाँ बनाएंगे और हमारा जो मिया कम्युनिटी जितने सारे चीज़ अभी तो ऐसे हो रहा है कि वो तो सारे के सारे तो भूल रहे हैं। जो आने वाले पीढ़ी है, जो कमिंग जनरेशन, उन लोगों को मालूम नहीं था कि जो उनका खेती बाड़ी करने वाले मछली पकड़ने की और घर बनाने की क्या क्या उन लोगों का तरीका थे, उनके साथ क्या साजो सामान थे। तो वो साजो सामान का एक नमूना अगर एक म्यूज़ियम में रखा जाए तो ये कहाँ का देश विरोधी और कहाँ का इंटरनेशनल बात हो गया।
Coming back to you, Anirudh. Now, Anirudh, give us more details of the total number of arrests that have been made, and we are also given to understand that sections of the UAPA have also been slapped against the accused. Can you tell us more?
Yes, Nupur, so for in fact 5 persons have been arrested in connection with the Miya Museum, and a section of the UAPA has been slapped against them, and police sources have informed us that this action has been specifically slapped against them because of their link with terror outfits, terror groups like the AQIS. And it is also the AQIS who had not only facilitated the Miya Museum, the coming up of the Miya Museum in Assam with funding, but also for the fact that the organization which has been named by the police sources and which has been confessed by the accused to the police have been actively participating in anti-national activities. They have been not only working as frontal organization of the AQIS in Assam, but for a matter, they became more active after the ban and crackdown on the PFI was initiated by the Ministry of Home Affairs. And for that matter, it has come to light that probably this is also part of the investigation, the larger part of the investigation, in fact, Nupur, that this frontal organization like the Ahom Miya Porikhot, the Ahom Miya Satro Porikhot, the Baghena, and the Ahom Miya Jubo Porikhot, all these organizations were actually floated, expecting a massive crackdown on the PFI. This organization had become active in the state of Assam in the last 1 to 2 months, and given the fact they have been active very recently, the police has been looking into that aspect too, that if this organization were floated by these groups expecting a crackdown on the PFI by the union government, and that is probably the reason why these organizations were floated, in order to ensure that the activities which were being carried out by the PFI can be continued even after imposing of the ban on the PFI and the CFI. So yes, all these three organizations, including the parent organization, the Ahom Miya Porikhot, all these organizations are strictly under the radar now, and the government is likely to initiate some strict measures against this organization which has been involved in anti-national activities. The state government has made it already very clear that they will not tolerate any distortion of history. They will not tolerate any distortion of culture in the name of individual liberty or individual freedom, and that action will be initiated if anyone involves or gets involved in anti-national activities.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. Anirudh, as you're pointing out, of course, the state government wanting to send out a very serious message over there. The police, of course, also investigating a larger plot. Thank you very much, Anirudh, for joining us from Guwahati on that. Well, another twist is being reported in the Basavalinga Seer suicide case. We're given to understand that one page at least of the suicide note is believed to be missing, and also that of the 7 people who were investigated in this particular case, 3 were women and all of them were interrogated at a discreet location. Sources are also telling Republic TV that a powerful political figure was behind, perhaps allegedly behind the blackmail of the Seer. The Seer was blackmailed for 80 crore rupees, I beg your pardon, for actually 80 acres of land. And we are learning that the allegations seem to suggest that the politician wanted to use this land for his personal use. Let's go across to Prajwal, who's reporting from Bengaluru on this. Prajwal, this case, of course, has seen a number of twists and turns. Another one coming in, specifically, the part where the police suspect that there is one page at least of the suicide note that he left behind that is missing. Tell us more in terms of what you're learning.
Yes, Nupur. Now, according to the FIR copy which Republic has accessed, it has clearly been mentioned that the Seer had committed suicide on the 24th of October. But it was a 3-page suicide note which the Seer had written, out of which one of the pages is missing and only 2 pages have been found. So, who has gone on to disturb this evidence and who has taken away this particular note is also important. And now the police are also questioning from the angle as to what were the names which was mentioned by the Basavalinga Seer, because in these 2-page death note, in the 2-page death note which has been found by the cops, 2 prominent names have come to light, but the police are not going ahead and giving whose names they are. And also it is being stated, apart from these 2 names, there were also 13 other names which were written, which also included the name of this powerful political figure who had a lot of clout in and around Ramnagar too. And now from Mutt sources who have spoken to Republic have gone on to state that the Swamiji was under a lot of pressure, because this powerful political figure was forcing the Swamiji to sign on a document stating that 80 acres of land will be given to them, because this prominent Bande Mutt, which is over 400 years old, comes in a very prominent area on the busy Mysore-Ramnagar highway, between the busy Bengaluru-Mysore highway, and therefore now they are questioning whether any of that angle was there. In terms of the 7 people who have been detained, it is now being learnt that 2 of them are, one by the name of Ambrish and the other by the name of the Ramesh. The first 2 people who saw the body of the pontiff when he was found hanging from his house, and they have been grilled, apart from which 2 other men too. And now 3 women have also been taken into custody, Nupur, because there was also an alleged video of the Swamiji speaking to a girl, through which it is being stated that he was blackmailed for the past 6 to 7 months, and there were also talks to displace the Swamiji from as the head of the Mutt and bring in another person who would go on to favor this particular political figure. So more and more developments happening in this particular case, and also in the FIR, none of the names have been mentioned. And even if you look at the accused number 1, it is being stated that it is a common man. So there are questions whether some powerful political figures are trying to close this case and shut down the investigation here.
All right, so perhaps a lot that still needs to be cracked as far as this case is concerned. Thank you very much, Prajwal, for joining us from Bengaluru with those details. So the suicide case of the Seer taking new twists and turns. Here's a look now at other big stories today. Now, after the BRS alleged that the BJP is trying to poach their MLAs. The party's National Vice President DK Aruna has denied the same, stating that this is just foul play by the Telangana government ahead of the by-polls. All their efforts of framing her party will go in vain after it will be proved that they had never come across the 3 MLAs.
इसमें बीजेपी पार्टी का कुछ भी इसमें वास्ता नहीं है, कोई संबंध नहीं है। जो लोग वो लोग बोल रहे टीवी में, जो बता रहे 3 लोग, हम तो कभी उनको देखे नहीं है हमारे पार्टी में। उन लोगों को वो तीनों कहाँ मिले, उनके फार्म हाउस में क्यों लेके गए? यहाँ तेलंगाना के सीएम साहब ने उनके पास जो भी पैसा कमाया तेलंगाना के लोगों को लूट के, कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट के नाम पे।
President Draupadi Murmu will present the silver trumpet and trumpet banner to the President's bodyguard at a ceremony in the forecourt of the Rashtrapati Bhavan today. In the 1.5-hour-long ceremony, veterans will participate in a parade and a display will also take place. The CDS General Anil Chauhan attending the wreath-laying ceremony on the occasion of Infantry Day at the National War Memorial. The ceremony will be followed by the reenactment of the historic event of the Badgam landings, beside presenting mementos to veterans. A fierce clash ensued between 2 groups over a petty issue in Hardoi in Uttar Pradesh in the intervening night of Wednesday and Thursday, in which a father-son duo succumbed to their bullet injuries. According to sources, one side fired fiercely after attacking the other side's family with sticks.
बाबू सिंह, उनके बेटे की डेथ हो गई है, 2 अन्य घायल हैं और इस संबंध में अभियुक्तों की गिरफ्तारी के लिए कई टीमें लगाई गई हैं। जो मौके पर पता लगा है, किसी मामूली सी बात पर जो अभियुक्त है वो हमलावर हुए थे और बात बढ़ गई, जिसमें कि 2 लोग की मृत्यु हो गई है।
A massive fire engulfed a powerhouse in Buxar as it broke out last night suddenly while employees were present inside. No casualties, thankfully, were reported as several fire tenders and police reached the spot to douse the fire. The Indian Army was seen celebrating the occasion of Bhai Dooj at the Durga Battalion in Poonch in Jammu and Kashmir. The Jawans were celebrating with women and girls at the line of control. Film producer Kamal Kishore Mishra has been accused of ramming his wife with his car after CCTV footage of the incident became viral. As per sources, he rammed into his wife after his wife caught him cheating with another woman. The Islamic State group took the onus of the deadly attack on the key Shiite Muslim shrine, which killed 15 people. The gunmen entered the shrine during evening prayers.
द्वारा आरोप लगाया जा रहा है कि केजरीवाल केवल शराब की राजनीति और कचरे की राजनीति करना जानते हैं, लेकिन काम करना नहीं जानते। साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा यहाँ पे विरोध किया जा, सड़क पे उतरे हैं। सुबह से ही उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि केजरीवाल को वो वापस यहाँ से लौटाएंगे, क्योंकि केजरीवाल ने ना तो कचरे को लेकर के कभी काम किया है, ना ही कुछ और। यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर लगातार जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं उनके द्वारा यहाँ पे विरोध किया जा रहा है। कई कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पे मौजूद है। साफ तौर पे उनका कहना है कि कभी केजरीवाल ने काम नहीं किया, दिल्ली के सीएम रहते हुए उनके द्वारा कभी काम नहीं किया गया। हम कई और लोगों से बात करें, साफ तौर पे लगातार आप विरोध कर रहे हैं केजरीवाल का
विरोध कर रहे हैं जी। ये कूड़े का पहाड़ जो है गौतम गंभीर जी उठा रहे हैं, उन्होंने इतना आधा कर दिया है। ये केजरीवाल ने जो है आज तक उसको याद नहीं आई। उसके बाद में भी जो है दिल्ली में इन्होंने यमुना का साफ करने का वादा किया था। हर साल वादा करते हैं, 2015 के बाद से वादा करते चले आ रहे हैं, फिर भी इन्होंने आज तक वो काम नहीं किया जो करना चाहिए था। अब जो कूड़े का इलेक्शन दिल्ली में नगर निगम का चुनाव कोई सुगबुगाहट हो गई, शुरू हो गई।
दिल्ली में कई ऐसे मुद्दे हैं जिसको लेकर के जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता वो यहाँ पर सड़क पर उतरे होंगे। साफ तौर पे अरविंद केजरीवाल कहते हैं कि हम यमुना की सफाई करेंगे, लेकिन यमुना की सफाई वो नहीं करते। उनके द्वारा कहा जाता है हम कूड़े को हटाएंगे, लेकिन कूड़े को नहीं हटाते। लेकिन कूड़े को लेकर के यहाँ पे राजनीति करना जरूर वो जानते हैं। साफ तौर पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा लगातार यहाँ पे आरोप लगाया जा रहा है। हम आपको लाइव तस्वीरें यहाँ से दिखा रहे हैं गाजीपुर से लगातार आपको रिपब्लिक लाइव तस्वीरें यहाँ पे दिखा रहा है और लगातार ही जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए आपको दिख जाएंगे। और मैं अपने कैमरामैन को बोलूंगा कि वो पूरी तस्वीरें यहाँ पे दिखाएं और साफ तौर पे जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो लगातार ही विरोध कर रहे हैं और बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता सड़क पर बैठ गए हैं। पूरी तरीके से यहाँ पर जो कार्यकर्ता हैं वो लगातार वो अब सड़क को जाम करके बैठ गए हैं। मैं अपने विजय को बोलूंगा कि तस्वीर दिखाएं और साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं तस्वीरों के माध्यम से यहाँ पे जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो काली पट्टी बांध करके यहाँ पे लगातार विरोध कर रहे हैं और सड़क आप लोग लगातार विरोध कर रहे हैं और सड़क पर बैठ गए।
7 सालों में आज तक केजरीवाल जी नहीं आए।
साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि सड़क को जाम कर दिया है बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं ने।
का चुनाव आता है अब क्यों आ रहे? 7 साल से केजरीवाल को याद नहीं था कि यहाँ पे कूड़े का खत्ता है। अब एमसीडी का चुनाव आ रहा है, लूटने आ रहे हैं शराब माफिया। जब कोई घोटाला करना होता है तो वो आते हैं, पहले शराब में घोटाला किया, अब यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं। ये हमारे सांसद जी गौतम गंभीर जी ने कम किया है, न कि ये नोटंकीबाज ने, दिल्ली के नोटंकीबाज ने।
बिल्कुल, जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि जो सांसद गौतम गंभीर है उन्होंने काम किया है, ना कि दिल्ली के सीएम ने। साफ तौर पे दिल्ली के कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा यहाँ पर विरोध किया जा रहा है। काली पट्टी बांध करके सीएम अरविंद केजरीवाल का यहाँ पे साफ तौर पे विरोध करते हुए दिख जाएंगे और लगातार ही जो यहाँ पर बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो यहाँ पर बैठ चुके हैं। बिल्कुल, इस बड़ी खबर पर लगातार नजर हमारी बनी रहेगी। देखते रहिए रिपब्लिक भारत। रुकते हैं छोटे से ब्रेक के लिए। आपको दिख जाएंगे और लगातार उनका कहना है कि जो अरविंद जो दिल्ली के सीएम है वो लगातार केवल शराब की राजनीति हो, कचरे की राजनीति हो वो करना जानते हैं, लेकिन काम करना नहीं जानते। हम यहाँ पे जो कार्यकर्ता विरोध कर रहे हैं उनसे बात करने की कोशिश करेंगे। आपने काली पट्टी बांध करके लगातार वो विरोध कर रहे हैं।
इस कूड़े के पहाड़ को कम करने में केजरीवाल ने अपने दिन में से 1 सेकंड भी नहीं दिया। आज जब सांसद गौतम गंभीर की कोशिशों से ये पहाड़ कम हो रहा है तो फायदा उठाने के लिए चुनाव में आज यहाँ हाजिरी मारने आ रहे हैं, तो हम उसका विरोध कर रहे हैं। केजरीवाल वापस जाओ, वापस जाओ, वापस जाओ।
यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं वो सड़क पर बैठ गए हैं और लगातार ही अरविंद केजरीवाल का यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं और लगातार ही जो महिला कार्यकर्ता है वो भी यहाँ पे सड़क पे उतरी हुई है, उनके द्वारा साफ तौर पे विरोध किया जा रहा है। लगातार ही आप विरोध कर रहे हैं अरविंद के।
सर देखिए, हमेशा से दिल्ली का सीएम जो है वो क्रेडिट चोर रहा है, काम कोई और करता है, अपना क्रेडिट लगाता है। हमारे सांसद गौतम गंभीर जी ने ये लैंडफिल को हटाने में चिंता जाहिर करी, आज तक किसी कांग्रेस की राजनीति में नहीं हुआ। सांसद गौतम गंभीर ने इसका वो किया और ये आके अपना क्रेडिट चिपका रहे हैं कि हमने किया, क्योंकि नगर निगम का चुनाव है। भाई साहब, आज बहुत बड़ा पर्व है भैया दूज, लेकिन हम भैया दूज भी मनाएंगे कि ओछी राजनीति जो दिल्ली में ये लोग कर रहे हैं ना, इनको भी हम वापिस मंगाएंगे। इसलिए मैं यही कहूंगी कि ओछी राजनीति करना छोड़ो। दिल्ली की आंखों के, महिलाओं की, सबके आंखों से पर्दा उठ चुका है। आप बुरी तरह से यहाँ पे हारोगे, इस बार जनता आपके मुंह पे तमाचा मारेगी। ये क्रेडिट की राजनीति करना छोड़ो, झूठ की राजनीति करना छोड़ो।
पहले शराब की राजनीति, अब कचड़े की राजनीति।
देखिए इन्होंने हमेशा पहले शराब नीति में तो आपको देखा मनीष सिसोदिया को पकड़ लिया गया, इनका पूरा खुलासा हो चुका है। अगर राजनीति वो पॉलिसी इतनी अच्छी थी तो आपने वापस क्यों ली? आपको लेनी नहीं चाहिए थी, आप अपने स्टैंड पे रहते। ये सब धीरे धीरे खुलेगा। इनके बहुत घोटाले हैं, थोड़े घोटाले बहुत घोटाले हैं। अभी भोजन पे घोटाला है, इनका एक जो मंत्री है ना वो जेल में जाएगा, इनकी राजनीति खत्म हो जाएगी। दिल्ली में ये खत्म हो जाएगी, इसी नगर निगम में कस के तमाचा जनता मारेगी।
बिल्कुल यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं लगातार ही जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। आपको तस्वीरों के माध्यम से लगातार हम दिखा रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं वो सड़क पर बैठ करके विरोध कर रहे हैं। और साफ तौर पे एक तस्वीर मैं आपको दिखाना चाहूँगा, मैं अपने विजय को बोलूँगा कि वो पूरी तरीके से तस्वीरें दिखाया और लगातार ही रोड जाम करके बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा यहाँ पे विरोध किया जा रहा है और साथ ही पुलिस के द्वारा उनको हटाने का काम यहाँ पे किया जा रहा है। और लगातार उनका कहना है कि कहीं ना कहीं केजरीवाल केवल राजनीति करना जानते हैं, ना कि काम करना जानता। बिल्कुल यहाँ पर जो कई कार्यकर्ता हैं उनसे हम बात करेंगे। केजरीवाल आज आ रहे हैं गाजीपुर यहाँ पे लैंडफिल, किस तरीके
ये सब जो निगम का चुनाव है उसका माहौल बनाने के लिए आ रहे हैं। कोई केजरीवाल से पूछे, ये भी कूड़े का पहाड़ है, वो भी दिल्ली में आता है। कहाँ हो तुम? इसके लिए तुमने क्या कदम उठाया है? आज तुम राजनीति करने आए हो, तुम्हें शर्म नहीं आ रही? हमारे सांसद गौतम गंभीर ने अगर इसमें कदम उठाया है और ये पहाड़ आज 50 मीटर नीचे आया है, आपने क्या किया इसके लिए? आपने पूरे दिल्ली को कूड़ा घर बना दिया और इस कूड़े के लिए राजनीति करते हो। कितनी शर्म की बात है। दिल्ली की जनता को तुमने दिया क्या है? खराब सड़कें, शराब की दुकानें।
हाँ बिल्कुल, और पहले शराब की राजनीति, अब कूड़े की राजनीति।
बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप, बिल्कुल कूड़े की राजनीति है इनकी और ये सिर्फ राजनीतिक लड़ाई है। करने का कोई इनका मंसूबा नहीं है कि हम अपने राज्य में जिसकी जनता ने उनको जीत के आज ये सीट दी है, आज इनके सारे मंत्री जेल में हैं। क्या ये बताएं?
उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि दिल्ली के एमसीडी में बीजेपी बैठी है लेकिन बीजेपी ने कोई काम नहीं किया है।
तो बीजेपी को पिछले दिनों उन्होंने कितना बजट दिया? सारा बजट रोक के रखा है। हमारी सड़कों का बजट पास नहीं कर रहे, ये कौन करेगा? आज उनकी वजह से अगर वो बजट दिए होते तो दिल्ली की सड़क कुछ और होती, दिल्ली की रौनक कुछ और होती। आज दिल्ली बद से बदतर होती जा रही है और मैं कहती हूँ कि पहले दिल्ली ठीक करो, उसके बाद तुम राजनीति करना। और
बिल्कुल यहाँ पे कई और कार्यकर्ता है वो लगातार सुबह से ही विरोद करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। उनका साफ तौर पर कहना है कि केजरीवाल यहाँ ना आए, वापस जाए, क्योंकि केजरीवाल ने कोई काम नहीं किया।
दिल्ली का सीएम चोर है और आज सीएम यहाँ सिर्फ राजनीति करने आया है। आज तक इसने दिल्ली पे कोई ध्यान नहीं दिया। ये राष्ट्र को भी हमेशा शर्मिंदा महसूस करवाता है। इसने कोई काम नहीं किया, सिर्फ राजनीति के लिए यहाँ पे आया है। जो कूड़े तालाब को सांसद गौतम गंभीर जी विकसित कर रहे हैं उसका काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन केजरीवाल सिर्फ और सिर्फ गुजरात की और दिल्ली की राजनीति के लिए यहाँ पे आया है। ऐसे मुख्यमंत्री का दिल्ली की जनता बहिष्कार करती है और आने वाले नगर निगम के चुनाव में पूर्ण रूप से ऐसे मुख्यमंत्री का बहिष्कार हो जाएगा। के चोर है, चोर है।
बिल्कुल यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं लगातार ही विरोध किया जा रहा है, सड़क को जाम कर दिया है। यहाँ पर जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो लगातार ही काले झंडे दिखा करके यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए आपको दिख जाएंगे। साफ तौर पे मैं अपने कैमरामैन को बोलूंगा वो तस्वीरें दिखाएं और लगातार ही विरोध करते हुए बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता सड़क पर उतरे हुए काले झंडे यहाँ पे दिखाने का काम अरविंद केजरीवाल को किया जा रहा है। साफ तौर पे आप तस्वीरों के माध्यम से देख सकते हैं हमारे साथ कुछ जिस तरीके से अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं कि एमसीडी ने काम दिल्ली में नहीं किया, उन्होंने केवल कूड़े के पहाड़, बीजेपी ने केवल कूड़े का पहाड़ खड़ा किया है।
अगर दिल्ली के अंदर 3 दिन की स्ट्राइक नहीं झेल पाएंगे, यदि दिल्ली आज इतनी साफ सुथरी है, दिल्ली में अगर ये ढलाव बंद हुए हैं तो एनसीडी ने किए। केजरीवाल जी आप बताइए आपने क्या किया है? कूड़े को लेकर, डेंगू को लेकर आपने किया क्या है? आज एनसीडी करती है ना सारे काम, लेकिन विज्ञापन और राजनीति से काम नहीं होता। मुझे बस एक बात बता दें, 8 साल से ये कूड़े के पहाड़ पर क्यों नहीं आए? पहली बार आ रहे हैं, उनके विधायक आ रहे हैं क्योंकि एमसीडी का चुनाव है। एमसीडी के चुनाव में लोगों को ये बताना मैं चिंता करता हूं। मेरा इतना निवेदन है, केजरीवाल जी 8 वर्ष का हिसाब दीजिए, जमुना पार में क्या किया है ये बता दें, एक काम बता दें, कोई हॉस्पिटल, कोई कॉलेज, कुछ भी किया हो। केजरीवाल जी हम आपकी गुलामी।
यमुना को लेकर के राजनीति, फिर शराब की राजनीति, अब कूड़े की राजनीति की जा रही है।
अभी आप देखिए वो रिश्वत देते हैं, छठ पूजा के घाटों पर मेरा खर्चा होगा, तुम्हारे बाप का खर्चा नहीं होगा।
बिल्कुल, आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं लगातार ही बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता विरोध कर रहे हैं। हमारे साथ कुछ कार्यकर्ता और मौजूद है यहाँ पे। साहब
देखिए, ये इतना बड़ा कार्य हमारे सांसद गौतम गंभीर जी के द्वारा किया जा रहा है। आज केजरीवाल जी को याद आ रही है चुनावी समय में, ये नंबर 1 के झूठ बोलते हैं और जब चुनाव के समय जब निकलते हैं इन्हें कभी पहले याद नहीं आई यहाँ की। आज इतना गौतम गंभीर ने करवाया था, गौतम बनी ने करवाया था, आज ये बड़ाई लेने के लिए आ रहे हैं। ये कार्य हमारे सांसद गौतम गंभीर जी के द्वारा किया जा रहा है। आपने देखा होगा, पहले आप भी इधर के आसपास रहने वाले हैं, कितना ऊंचा पहाड़ था आज कितने नीचे आ गया है। इन्हें तो धन्यवाद करना चाहिए हमारे सांसद का।
साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे कहा जा रहा है कि काम केवल गौतम गंभीर ने कराया है, ना कि केजरीवाल ने। जब जब इलेक्शन पास आते तब तब अरविंद केजरीवाल सड़क पर उतर जाते हैं और कहते हैं कि दिल्ली की गवर्नमेंट ने, दिल्ली की सरकार ने काफी काम किया है। साफ तौर पे विरोध करते हुए यहाँ पे आप दिख जाएंगे, देख सकते हैं लगातार ही जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं वो सुबह से ही जो दिल्ली के सीएम है अरविंद केजरीवाल, उनका लगातार विरोध कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं भारी तादाद में यहाँ पे जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो पहुंचे हुए हैं और साफ तौर पे तस्वीरों के माध्यम से आप देख सकते हैं कि लगातार ही जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो विरोध कर रहे हैं और यहाँ पर भारी तादाद में कार्यकर्ता पहुंचे हुए हैं। उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल केवल राजनीति करना जानते हैं। जब जब इलेक्शन पास आता है, या गुजरात का इलेक्शन हो या फिर दिल्ली में एमसीडी का इलेक्शन हो, तब तब अरविंद केजरीवाल सड़क पर उतर जाते हैं। उससे पहले उनको दिल्ली की जनता का याद नहीं आता है। साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं जो काले झंडे लेकर के यहाँ पे विरोध किया जा रहा है और साफ तौर पे उनका कहना है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल वापस जाए। तो कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं भारी तादाद बीजेपी के लोग पहुंचे हुए हैं।
पाकिस्तानी है ये, पाकिस्तानी, ये देशद्रोही है केजरीवाल। केजरीवाल हाय 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 हाय, केजरीवाल हाय हाय। ओए पाकिस्तानियों, पाकिस्तानियों, झाड़ू वाले पाकिस्तानियों, आतंकवादियों के समर्थक पाकिस्तानियों, शर्म करो गद्दारों, देश के गद्दारों, कर शर्म करो। केजरीवाल शर्म करो, शर्म करो केजरीवाल।
बिल्कुल, यहाँ पे आप सुन सकते हैं किस तरीके से जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता वो लगातार ही सुबह से ही विरोध कर रहे हैं और साफ तौर पे भारी तादाद में यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। और साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं तस्वीरों के माध्यम से जिस तरीके से आज अरविंद केजरीवाल यहाँ गाजीपुर लैंडफिल पहुँचने वाले थे, उससे पहले ही यहाँ पर जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं वो लगातार विरोध करते हुए आपको
माफिया चोर है, अरे शराब माफिया चोर है, शराब माफिया चोर है, शराब माफिया चोर है। अरे केजरीवाल चोर है,
दारू माफिया चोर है,
अरे चोर है भाई, चोर है।
सीनियर सिटीजन की आज तक पेंशन नहीं लगाई ने।
अरे दारू माफिया चोर है, अरे केजरीवाल चोर है।
बिल्कुल, अरविंद केजरीवाल लगातार कह रहे हैं कि हमने दिल्ली में बहुत काम किया, अब कूड़े की राजनीति करते हुए।
अरे केजरीवाल जी बताओ ना क्या काम किया? कुछ काम नहीं किया आपने, एमसीडी को फंड नहीं दिया, आप दिल्ली सरकार के स्कूल विकसित नहीं कर पाए, आपने कोई काम नहीं किया, खोखले वादे किए, खोखले इरादे किए। इसलिए अब दिल्ली की जनता समझ चुकी है, आने वाले नगर निगम चुनाव में आपको अपनी असलियत पता लग जाएगी। दिल्ली की जनता बहुत अच्छे से छुट्टी करेगी और जो ये यहाँ पे आके ये ड्रामा कर रहे हैं ना, ये सब ड्रामा है, एक पब्लिसिटी स्टंट है। यहाँ कोई काम नहीं किया इन्होंने, सिर्फ यहाँ पे आके इनको यही सब विवाद कराना था, अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को भेज के बीजेपी को कार्यकर्ताओं को पिटवा रहे हैं, लगवा रहे हैं। केजरीवाल सिर्फ यही कर सकते हैं और कुछ नहीं कर सकते।
साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे गुस्सा देखने के लिए मिल सकता है, जिस तरीके से लगातार बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं कि तस्वीरों के माध्यम से साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे काले झंडे लेकर के जो महिलाएं हैं, बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता जो महिलाएं हैं वो भी विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रही है। और लगातार ही यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं जो कार्यकर्ता है वो विरोध करते हुए। आज अरविंद केजरीवाल बताया जा रहा है कि यहाँ पे गाजीपुर लैंडफिल पहुंचने वाले हैं।
वो आ रहे हैं यहाँ पर सिर्फ अपनी रोटियां सेकने के लिए। अब तक उनका कूड़े का ढेर कूड़ा होती दिल्ली में जितना भ्रष्टाचार उन्होंने जो कूड़े का भर रखा है,
पे यहाँ पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा कहा जा रहा है कि वो उन्हें घुसने नहीं देंगे और यहाँ से उनको वापस खाली हाथ वापस ही जाना पड़ेगा। हमारे साथ कई और कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पे मौजूद है। अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं कि हमने दिल्ली में अब हम कूड़े का ढेर को भी हटाएंगे।
उन्होंने क्या काम किया है पहले तो हम ये पूछना चाहेंगे। अगर वो शराब में घोटाले को अपना काम मानते हैं तो ये मंजूर नहीं है। वो शिक्षा विद्यालयों में जो उन्होंने घोटाले किए हैं वो उसको कहते हैं तो हम नहीं मानते हैं। आप यूपी से दिल्ली में घुसिए, दिल्ली की सड़कों को देख के रोना आता है। कोई एक स्कूल नहीं खुला नया, कोई एक अस्पताल नहीं खुला। क्या काम किया है? और जो काम बीजेपी कर रही है, जो काम सांसद गौतम गंभीर जी ने किया है, उस काम का श्रेय वो खुद लेना चाहता है। ये हम होने नहीं देंगे, कभी नहीं होने देंगे। चोर है
केजरीवाल की यहाँ राजनीति नहीं चलेगी। जो काम हमारे गौतम गंभीर सांसद जी ने किया है वो काम उन्हीं को जाना चाहिए। ये केजरीवाल एमसीडी के चुनाव में इसको कूड़ा नजर आ जाता है। भाई क्यों, तुझे पहले नहीं नजर नहीं आता?
बिल्कुल, यहाँ पे साफ तौर पे देख सकते हैं जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि केवल अरविंद केजरीवाल श्रेय लेना जानते हैं, काम करना नहीं जानता है। उनका केवल राजनीति करना ही काम है। और साफ तौर पे तस्वीरों के माध्यम से मैं आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा, यहाँ पर भारी तादाद में बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता पहुंचे हुए हैं और लगातार ही विरोध कर रहे हैं। और साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं कि
जी मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ केजरीवाल जी से, ये झूठी वाई ना लूटे। जो काम उन्होंने करे हैं उनको बताएं, अपने कार्यों से पीछे ना जाए। जो उन्होंने कार्य करे हैं उनके बारे में बताएं। ये झूठी वाई जो काम में वो नहीं कर रहे हैं उसका उद्घाटन या अपना करना चाहते हैं या अपना नाम देना चाहते हैं तो दिल्ली की जनता को बेवकूफ़ ना समझे। दिल्ली की जनता सब जानती है। हम इसके विरोध में है कि जो काम वो नहीं कर रहे हैं उसके लिए यहाँ पे आए हैं। तो मेरा उनसे विनम्र निवेदन है कि ऐसे काम ना करें और वो वाकई में वापस।
आपने काला यहाँ पे कपड़ा पहना हुआ है,
विरोध करना चाहते हैं इस बात का कि जो कार्य वो नहीं कर रहे हैं उसके लिए वो गुणगान ना करें। बस इतना निवेदन। हम विरोध करना चाहते हैं, उनका खुल के विरोध करना चाहते हैं। जो कार्य नहीं कर रहे उसके लिए विरोध करेंगे, हमेशा करते रहेंगे। सही कार्य होता तो हम भी साथ देते, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
बिल्कुल साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं कि लगातार ही बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता विरोध कर रहे हैं। केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं कि एमसीडी, दिल्ली एमसीडी में बीजेपी बैठी हुई है लेकिन बीजेपी काम नहीं करती। हमने काम किया और अब हम कचरे का ढेर भी हटाएंगे।
सरासर झूठ है। केजरीवाल ने कोई काम नहीं किया है, उल्टा बीजेपी ने ही काम किया है। यहाँ पर हम तो यहाँ गाजीपुर ही रहते हैं, आसपास ही रहते हैं। कूड़े का पहाड़ ये पहले कितनी हाइट थी और गौतम गंभीर जी के जो उनके कार्य से ही ये 50 फुट कम हो पाया है। ये बहुत बड़ी बात है हमारे लिए।
काला कपड़ा दिखा कर आप विरोध कर रहे हैं?
विरोध कर रहे हैं जी, बिल्कुल विरोध कर रहे हैं। और हमारा तो शांतिपूर्ण विरोध चल रहा था। ये देखिए, आप भी देख रहे हैं, आम आदमी वाले ही आए हैं और इन्होंने ही बदतमीजी स्टार्ट कर दी है। तुम्हारा प्रोग्राम है, जाओ संभालो, यहाँ क्या कर रहे हो? हम विरोध कर रहे हैं अपना शांतिपूर्ण, हमें करने दीजिए बस।
देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता भी पहुंच गए और साफ तौर पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं का कहना है कि उनके द्वारा बदतमीजी की जा रही है। तो कहीं ना कहीं आप देख सकते हैं उनका लगातार वो विरोध करते हुए बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता नजर आ रहे हैं। लेकिन कहना है कि आम आदमी के कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पहुंच करके उनसे बदतमीजी कर रहे हैं, उनसे हाथापाई करने का काम कर रहे हैं। और यहाँ पे कुछ और जो कार्यकर्ता है बीजेपी के, उनसे हम बात करने की कोशिश करेंगे। और साफ तौर पर आप देख सकते हैं लगातार ही विरोध यहाँ पे हो रहा है। सड़क पे उतरे हुए हैं कार्यकर्ता।
चोर है भाई, चोर है।
बिल्कुल साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं कि जिस तरीके से बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता विरोध कर रहे हैं, साफ तौर पे उनका कहना है कि दिल्ली के सीएम यहाँ पर उन्होंने कोई काम नहीं किया। वो केवल और केवल अपनी रोटी सेकना, राजनीति रोटी सेकना चाहते हैं, इसलिए वो यहाँ पे पहुंचे हुए हैं। आप लगातार ही सुबह से ही काले झंडे यहाँ पे दिखा रहे हैं अरविंद।
हम लोग काले झंडे इसलिए दिखा रहे हैं कि दिल्ली का जो महानौटंकीबाज नंबर 1 का ठग 420 केजरीवाल जो 8 साल से शासन में है दिल्ली के अंदर और इसने एक भी काम नहीं किया कूड़ा हटाने के लिए। आज हम लोगों को सांस लेने में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, दिक्कत है हम लोगों को सांस लेने के लिए। और आप देखिए कि हम लोग इतने परेशान हैं, परंतु ये नौटंकीबाज चुनाव की वजह से केवल ये राजनीति करने के लिए, कूड़ा हटाने के लिए आ रहा है। इसलिए हम इसकी घोर निंदा करते हैं। अगर इसको काम करना था तो ये काम करने के लिए दिल्ली के अंदर आता। आज एक काम कुछ नहीं किया है, केवल गुजरात चुनाव की वजह से ये बेशरम आदमी आज नौटंकी करने आ रहा है। जो दिल्ली के लोग जागरूक हैं और इसको मुंहतोड़ जवाब आने वाले चुनाव चुनाव के अंदर एमसीडी के अंदर देंगे।
दिल्ली के लोग जागरूक हैं और आने वाले चुनाव में मुंह तोड़ जवाब देंगे, साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं द्वारा कहना है। और साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं काले झंडे यहाँ पे दिखा करके लगातार ही दिल्ली के सीएम अरविंद केजरीवाल का यहाँ पे विरोध किया जा रहा है। काले कपड़े पहन करके यहाँ पे दिल्ली के जो कार्यकर्ता है बीजेपी के वो यहाँ पे पहुंचे हुए हैं और लगातार ही आप यहाँ पे सुबह से ही पहुंचे और लगातार ही विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रही हैं। बिल्कुल साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं लगातार ही जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो पहुंचे हुए हैं और सुबह से ही वो यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। और लगातार जिस तरीके से जो अरविंद केजरीवाल है वो कहते हैं कि हमने बहुत काम किया है दिल्ली में। अरविंद केजरीवाल लगातार कह रहे हैं हमने दिल्ली में बहुत काम किया, आप कूड़े का ढेर भी हटाइए।
ढेर नहीं, ढेर को लगवाने वाला कारण उन्होंने किया है। ये तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी है जिन्होंने दिल्ली नगर निगम को एकत्रित करके दोबारा से उसको जो है समर्थ करने की कोशिश करी है। इन्होंने सिर्फ अराजकता फैलाना, सिर्फ दिल्ली में नहीं पूरे देश में अराजकता फैलाने का काम कर रहे हैं, इसके अलावा दूसरा कोई काम नहीं है। ये देखो क्या नाम है, ये देखो अराजक जो आम आदमी के लोगों का
ये यहाँ पे हाथापाई भी शुरू हो चुकी है आम आदमी के कार्यकर्ताओं द्वारा। यहाँ पे बताया जा रहा है कि हाथापाई की जा रही है। बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता लगातार आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि आम आदमी के कार्यकर्ता हमारे शांतिपूर्वक यहाँ पे हम विरोध कर रहे थे उसमें आकर के घुस गए और लगातार ही वो हमें परेशान करने का, हमसे हाथापाई करने का काम कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे लगातार ही जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो यहाँ पे पहुंचे हुए हैं। आप लगातार सुबह से विरोध कर रही हैं
जी। केजरीवाल दूसरों के लिए बोलते हैं, उन्होंने खुद ने क्या किया है? एक भी स्कूल का दिखा दो। इंजेक्शन मोदी जी ने बनवाया है, केजरीवाल अपना नाम लगाते हैं। काम हम करते हैं, केजरीवाल नाम अपना लगा लेते हैं। कूड़ा कितना था पहले, अब कितना हो गया? क्या गौतम जी ने कोई काम नहीं किया? बकवास करते हैं, उनको कुछ और आता है झूठ के बस सिवा, फालतू बोलना ही आता है उनको।
साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है उनका कहना है कि केजरीवाल केवल झूठ की राजनीति और यहाँ पर केवल अपनी रोटी सेकने के लिए आ रहे हैं, ना कि उन्होंने कोई दिल्ली में काम किया। पहले यमुना को लेकर के राजनीति की, फिर उसके बाद शराब को लेकर राजनीति की और अब कूड़े को ढेर को लेकर के उनके द्वारा राजनीति यहाँ पे की जा रही है। आप देख सकते हैं हाथापाई यहाँ पे शुरू हो चुकी है और लगातार ही बीजेपी के जो कार्यकर्ता हैं वो आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि जो आम आदमी के कार्यकर्ता हैं वो हमारे शांतिपूर्वक जो हम विरोध कर रहे थे उसमें आके घुस जाते हैं और लगातार हमसे हाथापाई करने का काम कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे आप तस्वीरों के माध्यम से देख सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से यहाँ पर हाथापाई दोनों ही पक्षों में शुरू हो चुकी है और लगातार जो पुलिस की टीम यहाँ पे पहुंची वो उनको छुड़वाने का काम कर रही है। और साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं विरोध करने का नया तरीका आपने अपनाया है।
ऐसा है जी, हम विरोध कर रहे हैं, झूठ के खिलाफ सच्चाई बन के लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं। 8 साल केजरीवाल की सरकार को हो गया, क्या उनको इस पहाड़ की सुध नहीं आई? आज जब नगर निगम का चुनाव आ गया और देश और दिल्ली में उनका भांडा फूट गया है तो नौटंकी करने के लिए यहाँ वो अपने कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ आना चाहते हैं। हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता सब लोग मिलकर विरोध कर रहे हैं, काली पट्टी के साथ, काले झंडे के साथ खड़े हैं। उनको इस नौटंकी को बंद करना होगा और उनको आने नहीं देंगे। यहाँ
हाथापाई भी यहाँ पे शुरू हो चुकी है।
देखिए, हाथापाई उनके कार्यकर्ता कर रहे हैं, हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं ने हाथापाई नहीं किया। हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सुलझे हुए कार्यकर्ता है, लेकिन अगर वो लोग शुरुआत करेंगे तो अंत हम भी करेंगे।
बिल्कुल साफ तौर पे जो आम आदमी के वहाँ पे कार्यकर्ता हो या फिर नेता हो उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि उन्होंने दिल्ली में बहुत काम किया है, बल्कि एमसीडी ने काम नहीं किया दिल्ली में।
हाँ, दिल्ली में काम तो उन्होंने किया है, शराब माफिया का काम किया है उन्होंने, बेटी बहनों का इज्जत ना देना, सम्मान ना देने का काम किया है उन्होंने, लोगों को ठग करने का काम किया है उन्होंने। हजारों युवा कार्यकर्ताओं को जिनकी पढ़ाई की उम्र है उनको सड़क पर डंडा पकड़ा के चिट फंड करने का काम किया है उन्होंने। दिल्ली की सड़कें आज आप देखिए, सामने गड्ढा पड़ा हुआ है, ऐसे ऐसे काम करने का काम किया है। क्या ये काम दिल्ली सरकार का नहीं था? क्या ये जो कूड़े का पहाड़ था 8 साल में कहाँ थी दिल्ली? आज अगर चुनाव आ गया तो आज कहते हैं कि आज मुझे नगर निगम का सुध हो गया है और कूड़े का पहाड़ कम करना है। हमारे सांसद गौतम गंभीर जी ने इस काम को अपने ब्याड़े लेके और इतना बड़ा काम किया, कूड़े का पहाड़ कभी डबल हुआ करता था, आज देखिए बिल्कुल स्लैब नीचे आ गया है। आज उनको दिल्ली का ये कूड़े का पहाड़ दिख रहा है जब नगर निगम का चुनाव सामने है। हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी कार्यकर्ता और समाज के सभी लोग इसका घोर विरोध करते हैं और केजरीवाल सरकार को निवेदन करते हैं कि यहाँ ना आए, नहीं तो इससे भी बड़ा कुछ ना कुछ हो जाएगा।
बिल्कुल यहाँ साफ तौर पे देख सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से जो दिल्ली बीजेपी के जो नेता है, कार्यकर्ता है, वो लगातार विरोध करते हुए यहाँ पे दिख जाएंगे। और साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे हाथापाई क्यों शुरू हो गई?
हाथापाई मेरे साथ हुई है। उन्होंने क्या किया, जो उनके जो गुंडे थे वो हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं के बीच में आकर खड़े हुए, तो महिलाएं थी, उन महिलाओं ने हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं पर एलिगेशन लगाया कि ये हमें छेड़ रहे हैं। तो मैंने उनको वहाँ जाकर प्रोटेस्ट सीने पे हाथ मारा। भाई साहब इनके जो आदमी है वो तो गुंडे हैं ही, जो इनके कार्यकर्ता महिलाएं वो भी बदमाश इतनी भयंकर है जिसका कोई जवाब नहीं। हमारी भारतीय जनता पार्टी में ये संस्कार है, जो भी सामने बहन खड़ी है वो बहन जी करके ही बात करते हैं, और इनके बदमाश इतने ये कार्यकर्ता है, ये यही नहीं देखते कौन बहन है कौन भाई है, बस एलिगेशन लगाते हैं। इनको ये शर्म नहीं आती कि हमारे मान सम्मान की बात है।
बिल्कुल साफ तौर पर यहाँ पर जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता थे उनका साफ तौर पर कहना है उनके द्वारा यहाँ पे शांतिपूर्वक यहाँ पे विरोध किया जा रहा था, लेकिन जो आपके कार्यकर्ता है वो अचानक पहुंच जाते हैं, उनसे हाथापाई करने का काम करते हैं। और साफ तौर पे आपको तस्वीरें फिर दिखाऊंगा मैं। यहाँ पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता एक बार फिर यहाँ पे सड़क पे बैठ गए और लगातार ही विरोध कर रहे हैं। साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो यहाँ पे सड़क पे बैठ गए। आप लोग सुबह से विरोध कर रहे हैं?
सुबह से विरोध कर रहे हैं और विरोध करते रहेंगे जब तक केजरीवाल नौटंकी करना बंद नहीं करेंगे। हमारे सांसद ने खुला निमंत्रण दिया था, फरवरी 2020 में आइए, कूड़े के पहाड़ को विजिट करते हैं, इसको कम करने के प्रयास करते हैं, ये हमारी सम्मिलित जिम्मेदारी है। लेकिन केजरीवाल जी नहीं आए। आज जब चुनाव आ गए हैं तो उन्हें कूड़े का पहाड़ याद आ रहा है। ये राजनीति, ये नौटंकी हम नहीं चलने देंगे, उन्हें वापस जाना होगा।
बिल्कुल साफ तौर पर यहाँ पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं का कहना है कि उनको वापस जाना होगा। यहाँ पर जो कार्यकर्ता है वो आगे मार्च कर रहे हैं और साफ तौर पे उनका कहना है कि जो केजरीवाल गाजीपुर लैंडफिल पहुंच रहे हैं उनको वापस जाना होगा। साफ तौर पे केवल वो राजनीति करना जानते हैं और कुछ करना नहीं जानते। यहाँ पर कई और दूसरे कार्यकर्ता हैं, वो केजरीवाल कुछ देर के बाद पहुंच रहे हैं।
केजरीवाल जी को खबर हो गई है कि यहाँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग और स्थानीय एसोसिएशंस काले झंडे लेकर खड़ी हैं, इसलिए केजरीवाल जी का आना रद्द हो रहा है। टीवी देख रहे हैं जहां बलवा मचा हुआ है, इसीलिए केजरीवाल अब नहीं आएंगे इस पहाड़ को देखने।
बिल्कुल साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से विरोध किया जा रहा है और तस्वीरों के माध्यम से लगातार ही जो मेरे विजय हैं जगह वो तस्वीर यहाँ पे दिखाते हुए आपको नजर आ रहे हैं। और साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे धक्का मुक्की भी शुरू हो चुकी है और साफ तौर पे लगातार जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो विरोध करते हुए यहाँ पे नजर आ रहे हैं। जी
All right, so these are the visuals coming in, very, very dramatic visuals coming in from Delhi's Ghazipur, where the BJP workers are staging a protest against the AAP and raising Kejriwal slogans against the Delhi Chief Minister. We'll slip into a very short break, but on the other side, we'll continue with the live coverage as massive showdown is taking place in Delhi's Ghazipur.
Style? For me, it's the pursuit of timeless elegance. Crisp, clean, classic, subtle brilliance. You don't know what it is that catches your eye, but it does, you know. The cut, the color, the lines. There's something in the essence of the evergreen. You feel special, selected. That's when I know I found the right fit. When I feel selected.
The road connectivity between Bhakulpong and Bomdila of Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh was cut off after a landslide hit the West Kameng district. A massive fire broke out in a fuel tanker in which 2 persons died and over 20 sustained injuries near Anjangaon village in Madhya Pradesh. Canada's police intervened between Khalistanis and Indian groups after clashes ensued between the two during Diwali celebrations at the Westwood Mall in Canada's Brampton.
This particular incident coming out from Shivamoga, we've also understood that the police have beefed up security.
This is exactly where the blast happened, in front of the Kota Ishwaran temple.
Forces continue to intensify anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir. One terrorist has been killed in Kupwara.
Palestinian elements are trying to establish their agenda in Canada. There was no action from the side of the Canada, and resulting, this Diwali turned into the clash.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has played a Hindu card before the elections. There should be Lakshmi and Ganesh pictures on Indian currency.
The police station can be seen being vandalized in Khan Market, and vehicles were also set on fire.
देख सकते हैं तस्वीरों के माध्यम से, और लगातार ही दोनों पक्षों को यहाँ शांत करने का काम किया। यहाँ पर यहाँ पर गाजीपुर से दिखा रहे हैं, यहाँ पर लैंडफिल इलाके से दिखा रहे हैं आप। यहाँ देख सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से दोनों पक्षों में यहाँ पे हाथापाई शुरू हो गई है और लगातार ही जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो विरोध कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे लगातार ही आप लोग विरोध कर रहे हैं।
भैया ये बिल्कुल विरोध कर रहे हैं, ये झूठ की राजनीति कर रहा है। हर समय हर जगह इसने दिल्ली में एक भी कोई कार्य किया हो तो हमें बताइए। हम तो पूछ रहे हैं इसने क्या कार्य किया है, और जो कार्य हम कर रहे हैं उसका श्रेय वो लेना चाहता है, वो हम बिल्कुल नहीं होने देंगे। अब तक हम चुप हैं, अब हम चुप नहीं बैठेंगे, बिल्कुल चुप नहीं बैठेंगे, और इसका विरोध हर समय हर जगह हर वक्त करेंगे। इससे दिल्ली की जनता को मुक्त कराना ही हमारा उद्देश्य।
आम आदमी के कार्यकर्ता कहते हैं कि एमसीडी ने काम नहीं किया है, बीजेपी ने काम नहीं किया है दिल्ली में।
आप एक बात बताइए, दिल्ली में सरकार किसकी है? केजरीवाल की। केजरीवाल ने कहीं पानी की व्यवस्था है? साफ नहीं है। उसने जो बिजली के बिल बोले थे वो भी अब हर एक के घर में आ रहे हैं। उसने कोई स्कूल नहीं खुलवाया, उसने कोई एक अस्पताल नहीं खुलवाया, उसने कोई काम नहीं किया है, और वो उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे वाली कहावत पे काम कर रहे हैं। दिल्ली की में सरकार ना होते हुए भी आप देखिए प्रगति मैदान पे एक अच्छी टनल का निर्माण करा गया, वो किसकी जिम्मेदारी थी? वो यहाँ के सरकार की थी, पर वो हमारे मोदी जी ने, हमारे भारतीय जनता
पार्टी। आप देख सकते हैं कि केवल बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा कहना है कि केजरीवाल श्रेय लेना जानते हैं, काम करना नहीं जानते, और लगातार ही यहाँ पे विरोध आप देख सकते हैं। विरोध की तस्वीर, लाइव तस्वीर यहाँ पे रिपब्लिक भारत आपको दिखा रहा है, एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीर यहाँ पे आपको दिखा रहा है, ग्राउंड जीरो से आपको लाइव तस्वीर यहाँ पे दिखा रहा है। हमारे साथ कुछ और कार्यकर्ता है। अरविंद केजरीवाल केवल श्रेय लेना जानते हैं।
बिल्कुल, वो केवल श्रेय लेना।
Well, dramatic visuals coming in from Delhi's Ghazipur, where as you can see the police having arrived at this spot to ease the situation, but the BJP there stepping up the attack on the Aam Aadmi Party. This of course ahead of Kejriwal's visit to the Ghazipur landfill site. Slipping into a very short break, but on the other side we'll get you more on this big story coming in from the national capital.
This particular incident coming out from Shivamoga, we've also understood that the police have beefed up security.
This is exactly where the blast happened, in front of the Kota Ishwaran temple.
Forces continue to intensify anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir. One terrorist has been killed in Kupwara.
Khalistani elements are trying to establish their agenda in Canada. There was no action from the side of the Canada, and resulting this Diwali turned into the clash.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has played a Hindu card before the elections. There should be Lakshmi and Ganesh pictures on Indian currency.
The police station can be seen being vandalized in Khan Market, and vehicles were also set on fire.
UAPA invoked in Coimbatore blast probe as chemical substances are seized.
A rape convict Gurmeet Ram Rahim, convicted for rape and murder, is out on parole and has featured in a music video that is racking up the numbers on YouTube.
The road connectivity.
Thanks for staying tuned. Continuing with the coverage from the national capital, the live visuals coming in right now of the mega protest there being staged by the BJP workers. This ahead of Kejriwal's visit to the Ghazipur landfill site. As you can see, the BJP workers have gathered in large numbers, raising anti-Kejriwal slogans, banners being raised and slogans in which they are saying that nothing has been done by the AAP government in the national capital when we talk about the garbage situation at this particular landfill site. So protests there being staged, and of course the police there having arrived to ease the situation as people have gathered in large numbers staging protest against the Aam Aadmi Party. In a short while from now, Kejriwal will be arriving at the Ghazipur site in the national capital to take stock of the situation, but mega protest there unfolding, high octane drama that can be seen in this particular site, which is the Ghazipur landfill site. The police, we are told, has arrived at the spot, but banners being raised, sloganeering there by the BJP workers who gathered in large numbers. And a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you more on this as protests continue with the Ghazipur landfill in the national capital.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has played a Hindu card before the elections. There should be Lakshmi and Ganesh pictures on Indian currency.
The police station can be seen being vandalized in Khan Market, and vehicles were also set on fire.
UAPA invoked in Coimbatore blast probe as chemical substances are seized.
A rape convict Gurmeet Ram Rahim, convicted for rape and murder, is out on parole and has featured in a music video that is racking up the numbers on YouTube. The CDS General Anil Chauhan attending the wreath-laying ceremony on the occasion of Infantry Day at the National War Memorial. The ceremony will be followed by the reenactment of the historic event of the Badgam landings, beside presenting mementos to veterans. And turns, here's a look now at other big stories today. Now, after the BRS alleged that the BJP is trying to poach their MLAs, the party's national vice president DK Aruna has denied the same, stating that this is just foul play by the Telangana government ahead of the by-polls. All their efforts of framing her party will go in vain after it will be proved that they had never come across the 3 MLAs.
इसमें बीजेपी पार्टी का कुछ भी इसमें वास्ता नहीं है, कोई संबंध नहीं है। जो लोग वो लोग बोल रहे टीवी में, जो बता रहे 3 लोग, हम तो कभी उनको देखे नहीं है हमारे पार्टी में। उन लोगों को वो तीनों कहाँ मिले, उनके फार्म हाउस में क्यों लेके गए? यहाँ तेलंगाना के सीएम साहब ने उनके पास जो भी पैसा कमाया तेलंगाना के लोगों को लूट के, कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट के नाम पे।
President Draupadi Murmu will present the silver trumpet and trumpet banner to the President's bodyguard at a ceremony in the forecourt of the Rashtrapati Bhavan today. In the 1.5-hour-long ceremony, veterans will participate in a parade, and
TRS ministers were seen on the streets staging protest against the BJP. They were seen burning the effigies and also raising slogans against the BJP.
And that this has become more clear after the public accessed the Vadodara riot clincher tape the moment the riots happened.
The National War Memorial in New Delhi, the monument dedicated to our brave hearts who gave their lives in various wars in the service of the nation.
Bribes, contracts and posts. Big twist in the Munuguru by-polls. The TRS now alleges poaching by the BJP. The BJP hits out at the TRS over the poaching claims as story, screenplay and direction by KCR. TRS stages protest. Fresh controversy as Kharge takes charge as the Congress's chief. The 1984 Sikh riot accused is seen at the Congress event. Coimbatore blast probe now widens. 6th accused is placed under arrest. Mega showdown in the national capital as the BJP takes to the streets against Arvind Kejriwal. The Aam Aadmi Party stages a counter protest. Well, the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, of course, is on a 2-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. Pictures on your screen, I think, are coming to you from Badgam. Let's go across to Zeenath, who has more details on this. Zeenath, Rajnath Singh, of course, deciding to begin his visit on the occasion of Infantry Day. Give us a sense of what we are expecting through the day.
For today is the 76th Infantry Day, and the day is observed at army establishments across the country with special forces in the Kashmir, where now Defence Minister along with Army Chief and the Northern Command and other dignitaries have reached, and they are participating beside the senior officers are here. Rajnath Singh just visited the photo gallery. You will see that there were pictures that were displayed, and he is going to pay homage to the thousands of infantry soldiers who laid their lives in the line of duty. If we talk about today's day, 7th of October, let me take you back to the history. Today, on this very day in 1947, the 1st Battalion of the 6th Regiment of Indian Army fought battle to accomplish victory over the first attack on the Indian soil by the Pakistan Army and Lashkar invaders in the Kashmir Valley who tried to grab Jammu and Kashmir then. If we talk about October 27th, the troops were airlifted from the 2 Indian Air Force flights and the remaining 5 were from the private airlines. On October 27th, the battalion commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Diwan Ranjit Singh landed in Srinagar. Lieutenant Colonel Ranjit Rai was first. He secured the Srinagar airfield and then rushed to Baramulla to stop the invaders in tracks. So if we talk about the contribution of the infantry, infantry is the largest fighting arm of the Indian Army. Also is known as Queen of Battle. It is the backbone of the Indian Army and its soldiers, those who bear the brunt in any battle.
जय हिंद श्रीमान। सरसों से भरे खलिहान मेरे, जहां झूम के भांगड़ा पा न सका। आबाद रहे वो गांव मेरा, जहां लौट के वापस आ न सका। वो माई मेरी क्या फिक्र तुझे क्यों आंख से तरस आ न सका।
ओ माई मेरी क्या फिक्र तुझे क्यों आंख से दरिया बहता है। तू कहती थी तेरा चांद हूं मैं और चांद हमेशा रहता।
मैं जली हुई राख नहीं अमरदीप हूँ, जो मिट गया वतन पर मैं वो शहीद हूँ।
On October 22nd, 1947, the Pak Army, with the help of Kabilis, invaded Kashmir. 75 years back, on this very day, the 1st Battalion of Sikh Regiment landed at this air base with the help of brave air warriors. Those valiant soldiers fought a gallant battle. The brave Khalsas became the wall to thwart the nefarious designs of the Pak Army. Today, on the momentous occasion of 75th anniversary of Infantry Day, we celebrate the valor of Indian Armed Forces and people of Kashmir as Shaurya Divas.
भारतीय सशस्त्र बल की इन्फेंट्री एक खास हिस्सा है। देश की सीमाओं की सुरक्षा से लेकर अलग मोर्चों पर इस सेना ने जान
say, when you go home, tell them of us and say, for their tomorrow we gave our today. Today, we remember those who made the supreme sacrifices for their motherland.
आज हम उन सभी वीरों को नमन करते हैं।
All right, so pictures on your screen are of the Raksha Mantri over there attending an event on the 75th Infantry Day. This is being organized in Srinagar. The Defence Minister, do remember, is on a 2-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir, and there are going to be a host of projects, including infrastructure projects that are going to be inaugurated by the Defence Minister. Right now, of course, he is in Srinagar, and there is an event that he's attending. It is on the occasion of the 75th Infantry Day. And we are now also going across to protests that are taking place in the national capital. This is a face-off that is taking place between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital over the Ghazipur landfill site.
को सुविधा ही नहीं मिल पाएंगी, इसीलिए जनता की आंखें खुलने लगी हैं। इतने बड़े बड़े बिल आ रहे हैं, पानी के बिल इतने बड़े बड़े आ रहे हैं। कौन सी अरे सब्सिडी के नाम से आप जनता में आए थे कि मैं आपको बिजली पानी दूंगा, अब कौन सी दुनिया से कहते हो कि आप सरेंडर कर दो? क्यों कर देंगे भाई? आप चुनाव जीते थे इस मुद्दे को लेकर, मैनिफेस्टो में आपके लिखा था। गलत बोलते हैं ये, जो जनता जान चुकी है, दिल्ली की जनता की आंखें खुल चुकी हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ हर एक कार्यकर्ता खड़ा है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का हर कार्यकर्ता जब तक खड़ा रहेगा, जबकि इनकी झूठ की राजनीति हम खत्म नहीं कर देते।
बिल्कुल हमारे साथ यहाँ पर अनुज भी जी, बिल्कुल यहाँ पर हमारे साथ अनुज भी हमारे सहयोगी, सीनियर सहयोगी जुड़ गए हैं और लगातार यहाँ पे बीजेपी लगातार विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रही है। उनका कहना है केवल अरविंद केजरीवाल श्रेय लेना जानती है और काम करना नहीं जानती है।
जी बिल्कुल लोमस, तस्वीरों पे एक बार अपने कैमरा पर्सन से कहेंगे, तस्वीरों पे बने रहेंगे। तस्वीरों पे एक बार हम जरा दिखा दें दर्शकों को क्या कुछ यहाँ हालात बने हुए देख सकते हैं। देखिए किस तरीके से आम आदमी पार्टी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो कार्यकर्ता हैं, ये एक फेस ऑफ देखने को मिला। और आप देख सकते हैं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल का अभी टाइम नहीं आया है। अभी अरविंद केजरीवाल का आने का टाइम जो है वो तो पूरा हो गया है, लेकिन अभी तक पहुंचे नहीं है। वहीं दूसरी तरफ देखिए बंदोबस्त एक बार दर्शकों को दिखा देते हैं कि क्या कुछ आखिर बंदोबस्त यहाँ बने हुए देख सकते हैं। ये देखिए हालात देखिए कि यहाँ ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता हैं जो केजरीवाल वापस जाओ के जो बैनर हैं वो उनके हाथों में देखने को मिल रहे हैं। साहब भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता हैं, बात एक बार समझेंगे क्या कुछ कहना है। देख सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से यहाँ प्रोटेस्ट। मैडम बताइए कहाँ से हैं, क्या डिमांड है?
हमारी डिमांड ये है, आज 8 सालों में उन्होंने इस कूड़े के ढेर के लिए कुछ नहीं किया। जिस दिन से गौतम गंभीर आए थे उस दिन से आज तक ये 50% से नीचे जा चुका है। सारा काम हम बीजेपी ने किया। आज क्रेडिट लेने के लिए वो यहाँ खड़े हुए, हम बिल्कुल नहीं लेने देंगे।
केजरीवाल यहाँ आने वाले क्या उनका रास्ता रोकेंगे?
हम उनको नहीं जाने देंगे, नहीं जाने देंगे।
आप बताओ भाई।
हम हैं लक्ष्मीनगर से भाई साहब।
अच्छा,
केजरीवाल जी हमेशा क्या कहते हैं, काम चुराने का काम करते हैं। जिस तरीके से गौतम गंभीर जी ने ये पूरे टीले को 70 फुट कम करके दिया है, उसका नाम इनकैश करने के लिए आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे। उसी चीज़ का हम विरोध कर रहे हैं। जब पहले काम नहीं किया था तब आना चाहिए था, अब क्या गांड बनाने आ रहे हैं?
देखिए ये आप देख सकते हैं तस्वीरों में कि क्या हालात यहाँ पे बने हुए हैं। केजरीवाल वापस जाओ, केजरीवाल शर्म करो, इस तरीके के पोस्टर जो है वो यहाँ लगे हुए हैं, तस्वीरों पे लगातार बने हुए हैं हम। तो देखिए ये दृश्य है, ये तस्वीरें हैं गाजीपुर बॉर्डर की। आज अरविंद केजरीवाल जो दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री हैं उनको यहाँ आना था। लगातार तस्वीरों में हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं बैरिकेटिंग। एक बार देखिए पीछे की तरफ चल के मैं बैरिकेटिंग आपको दिखाता हूँ कि क्या कुछ यहाँ बंदोबस्त करा गया है। NH-24 ये है, ये नेशनल हाईवे है जहाँ पे ये पूरा इस समय गाजीपुर बॉर्डर पे देखिए जाम कर दिया गया है। ये आप देख सकते हैं तस्वीरों में, ये बैरिकेटिंग यहाँ कर दी गई है। ये बंदोबस्त जो है यहाँ करा जा रहा है कि इस बैरिकेटिंग को किसी भी तरीके से क्रॉस ना करा जाए, इस बैरिकेटिंग के आगे ना बढ़ा जाए। लोमस मेरे सहयोगी मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं। लोमस, जो हालात काफ़ी देर से आप यहाँ रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, जो हालात यहाँ बने हुए हैं, कितने लोग यहाँ पे अभी जब फेस ऑफ शुरू हुआ कितने लोग यहाँ पहुँचते हैं, क्या इन लोगों का कहना है? अभी हम भी बातचीत यहाँ कर रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल यहाँ पे अनुज मैं आपको बता दूं कि लगातार ही जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है वो यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि आज अरविंद केजरीवाल को याद आया कचरे की राजनीति। साफ तौर पे उनका कहना है आज उनको याद आया यहाँ पे जो कचरे का पहाड़ है उसकी, क्योंकि MCD चुनाव पास है उसको लेकर के उनको याद आया। उससे पहले उनको कभी दिल्ली की जनता की कोई फिक्र नहीं थी। यहाँ दिल्ली की जनता काफी परेशान थी। गौतम गंभीर ने केवल काम किया है, गौतम गंभीर के अलावा किसी और ने काम नहीं किया। लेकिन यहाँ पर अरविंद केजरीवाल केवल अपनी राजनीति रोटी सेकने के लिए यहाँ पे पहुंच रहे। साफ तौर पे आप देख सकते हैं, जैसे मेरे सीनियर सहयोगी अनुज बता रहे थे, यहाँ पे बैरिकेड लगा दिया गया। यहाँ पर इस पूरे हाईवे पे बैरिकेड यहाँ पे लगाने का काम दिल्ली पुलिस के द्वारा किया गया है कि कोई भी यहाँ पे जो जितने भी प्रोटेस्टर है वो आगे इससे बढ़े ना, जिससे आम लोगों को कोई परेशानी ना हो। साफ तौर पर यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि जो बीजेपी का कार्यकर्ता है वो यहाँ पर सड़क पर बैठ गए हैं। आम आदमी के कार्यकर्ता वो भी यहाँ पे सड़क पर बैठते हुए आपको नजर आ रहे हैं। साफ तौर पे यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं जिस तरीके से यहाँ पे लगातार ही विरोध किया जा रहा है। बिल्कुल मैं अपने यहाँ सीनियर सहयोगी से जानूंगा कि जिस तरह का आपने बात की लोगों से और साफ तौर कार्यकर्ताओं से, बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता, उनका क्या कहना है?
देखिए लोमस फिलहाल तस्वीरों की देखिए, दर्शकों को एक बार तस्वीरों पे हम बने रहेंगे। ये देखिए जिस तरीके के हालात हैं, यहाँ जो पुलिस के सीनियर ऑफिशियल्स हैं वो किसी तरीके से सिचुएशन को कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। एक तरफ काले झंडे लेके केजरीवाल चोर है इस तरीके के नारे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता यहाँ लगा रहे हैं, दूसरी तरफ आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता हमें देखने को मिल रहे हैं। तो देखिए एक फेस ऑफ है, ये एक फेस ऑफ हो गया। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता आमने सामने भिड़ गए हैं। अरविंद केजरीवाल दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री को यहाँ आना था, फिर से दर्शकों को एक बार बता देते हैं। लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोगों का कहना यह है कि जब चुनाव का समय आया तब अरविंद केजरीवाल यहाँ आ रहे हैं। इससे पहले 7 सालों से अरविंद केजरीवाल कहाँ थे, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कहना है। वहीं दूसरी तरफ आम आदमी पार्टी के जो कार्यकर्ता हैं वो अपने नेता के समर्थन में यहाँ साफ दिखाई दे रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से सिचुएशन जो है वो आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल हो गई है। देखिए एक ऑटो मैं देख सकता हूँ तस्वीरों में जो इस भीड़ के बीच में फंसा हुआ है और पुलिस कहीं ना कहीं कोशिश कर रही है कि आम जनता को परेशानी ना हो, आम जनता यहाँ से निकल सके। लेकिन देखिए हालात देखिए, पीछे एक लॉन्ग व्यू मैं अपने कैमरा पर्सन से कहूँगा, लॉन्ग व्यू हम पूरी जो जगह है गाजीपुर बॉर्डर जहाँ हम इस समय मौजूद है, लॉन्ग व्यू आपको दिखाएं तो उसमें देखने को मिल रहा है कि क्या कुछ हालात यहाँ इस समय बन गए। पुलिस लगातार ये कोशिश कर रही है कि किसी न किसी तरीके से इस सिचुएशन को अंडर कंट्रोल किया जाए। देखिए अब यहाँ कुछ मूवमेंट देखने को मिल रहा है, मूवमेंट देखने को मिल रहा है। पुलिस रिक्वेस्ट कर रही है साइड में से रोड खाली कराई जा रही है। ये वो जगह देखिए पुलिस किसी न किसी तरीके से अब ये व्हीकल जो है वो निकलवा रही है। वहीं ये तस्वीरें हम देख रहे हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता जो हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता लगातार जो है वो यहाँ पे प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, वो हटने को तैयार नहीं हो रहे थे। अब यहाँ से मूवमेंट शुरू हुआ है, सिचुएशन थोड़ी अंडर कंट्रोल होते हुए मूवमेंट जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। देखिए तस्वीरों में एक बार दिखा देते हैं। अब आगे की तरफ जहाँ बैरिकेटिंग लगी हुई है, हालांकि बैरिकेटिंग अभी लगी हुई है तो गाड़ियों का मूवमेंट कर पाना बहुत ही मुश्किल हो पा रहा है। लेकिन आप देख सकते हैं लगातार जो है कार्यकर्ता जो है उनसे पुलिस रिक्वेस्ट कर रही है, जो दिल्ली पुलिस पर्सनल है, कि आप लोग आम जनता को परेशानी ना पहुंचाएं, आम जनता को परेशानी ना पहुंचाएं। यहाँ पे लगातार उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करी जा रही है कि आप लोग साइड हो। मैं पुलिस कर्मियों को देखा जा सकता है, लगातार महिला पुलिसकर्मी भी देखने को मिल रही है कि एक सिचुएशन जो है किसी ना किसी तरह कंट्रोल में रखी जाए। आप देख सकते हैं ये एक ऐसा फेस ऑफ दिल्ली में एमसीडी चुनाव से, दिल्ली के एमसीडी के चुनाव से बिल्कुल पहले ये देखने को मिल रहा है कि किस तरीके के हालात हो गए। लोगों की परेशानी देखने को मिल रही है। पुलिस लगातार सिचुएशन कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश कर रही है। बैरिकेटिंग के उस तरफ थोड़ा सा हम चलेंगे ताकि जो कम्यूटर्स हैं वो यहाँ से आराम से निकल सके, क्योंकि पुलिस भी बस इसी कोशिश में है कि ये जो बैरिकेटिंग है इसको क्रॉस किसी तरह से करा दिया जाए। अरविंद केजरीवाल दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री जो हैं वो किसी भी समय अब पहुँचेंगे, जो डेजिग्नेटेड प्लेस है जहाँ पे उनको जाना था वो वहाँ पहुँचेंगे। उसके बाद क्या कुछ रहता है, क्या देखिए तस्वीरें मैं दिखाता हूँ एक बार और देखिए, धक्का मुक्की और आपस में हाथापाई करते नजर आ रहे हैं कार्यकर्ता, दोनों ही कार्यकर्ता। देखिए ये एक फेस ऑफ हो गया है, आमने सामने आ गए हैं आम आदमी पार्टी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता। एक तरफ केजरीवाल शर्म करो काली पट्टी के साथ दिख रहे हैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, दूसरी तरफ आप देख सकते हैं आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता वो सफेद टोपी लगा के उनके सामने खड़े हैं लगातार और देख रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से हालात यहाँ बने हुए हैं। तो देखिए पुलिस जो है वो हाथ जोड़ के निवेदन कर रही है कि आप लोग प्लीज समझिए, प्लीज सिचुएशन को अंडर कंट्रोल रखिए। वहीं दूसरी तरफ जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है कि क्या कुछ सिचुएशन यहाँ लगातार बनी हुई है। गाजीपुर बॉर्डर से हम लोग रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, गाजीपुर बॉर्डर से लगातार ये तस्वीरें अपने दर्शकों को दिखा रहे हैं। देखिए आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता इस पूरे अगर मसले पे बात करें तो ये समझने की ज़रूरत है कि ये जो कूड़े को लेके एक लड़ाई, जो फेस ऑफ, जो वॉर ऑफ वर्ड पहले भी देखने को मिला है, अब वो और ज़्यादा सरगर्मी पकड़ता नजर आ रहा है, क्योंकि इलेक्शंस जो हैं वो बेहद करीब आ गए हैं। एमसीडी के जो चुनाव हैं वो दिल्ली के अंदर होने हैं। एमसीडी चुनाव को लेकर दोनों ही पार्टी अपने दमखम के साथ लगी हुई है, लेकिन ये जो फेस फेस ऑफ है ये उसी का नतीजा है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल एक तरफ कूड़े पे, जो यहाँ कूड़े का एक इकट्ठा पहाड़ है गाजीपुर पे, वहाँ आने के लिए उनका शेड्यूल्ड प्रोग्राम था। वहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो कार्यकर्ता है वो पहुँचते हैं, कहते हैं पिछले 7 साल से आप कहाँ थे, और उसको लेके ये प्रदर्शन जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है, ये प्रोटेस्ट जो है वो देखने को मिल रहा है। तो देख सकते हैं अभी भी सिचुएशन थोड़ी सी कॉर्नर ऑफ हुई थी, लेकिन फिर से सिचुएशन वैसी ही बन गई है, क्योंकि दोनों कार्यकर्ता आमने सामने हैं। आधे कार्यकर्ता जो मैं देख पा रहा हूँ बैरिकेडिंग के राइट हैंड साइड में है, आधे कार्यकर्ता बैरिकेडिंग के लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में है। तो कहीं बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता जहाँ एक तरफ दिख रहे हैं, वहीं दूसरी तरफ आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता जो हैं वो भी लगातार जो है वो आमने सामने नजर आ रहे हैं। तो देखिए पुलिस सिचुएशन को कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश में है। बैरिकेडिंग के इस साइड हम आके थोड़ा सा तस्वीरें दर्शकों को दिखा रहे हैं कि क्या कुछ हालात यहाँ बने हुए देख सकते हैं। देखिए बैरिकेडिंग के दूसरी तरफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी है, बैरिकेडिंग के इस तरफ आम आदमी पार्टी है, और ये फेस ऑफ है दिल्ली में एमसीडी चुनाव से पहले। लगातार तस्वीरें गाजीपुर बॉर्डर से हम अपने दर्शकों को पहुंचा रहे हैं। वहीं दूसरी तरफ एक टुकड़ी और देखने को मुझे मिल रही है, जो आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता हैं, दूर मुझे दिखाई दे रहे हैं, वो आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता हैं, वो बीजेपी के खिलाफ नारेबाजी कर रहे हैं। वहीं दूसरी तरफ सामने जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता है वो देखिए बैरिकेडिंग पे पुलिस एक दीवार बीच में बनाए हुए है। पुलिस एक बैरिकेडिंग के अलावा खुद बीच में खड़ी है कि कोई हाथापाई ना हो, किसी तरीके की धक्का मुक्की ना हो, सिचुएशन कंट्रोल में रहे। ये लगातार जो है वो तस्वीरें यहाँ से देखने को मिल रही हैं। तस्वीरों पर लगातार बने हुए गाजीपुर बॉर्डर से लाइव इस समय रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल, आपको तस्वीरों के माध्यम से मैं यहाँ पे दिखाना चाहूँगा कि यहाँ पर हैवी बैरिकेडिंग कर दी गई है और साफ तौर पे यहाँ पर ट्रैफिक भी जमा हो गया, जिस तरीके से लगातार ही अब यहाँ पर आम आदमी के पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता भी सड़क पर उतर चुके हैं और यहाँ पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता भी यहाँ पे सुबह से लगातार अरविंद केजरीवाल का विरोध कर रहे हैं। उनका साफ तौर पर कहना है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल ने कोई काम नहीं किया है, केवल यहाँ पे राजनीति रोटी सेकने के लिए वो पहुँच रहे हैं। साफ तौर पर तस्वीरों के माध्यम से मैं आपको दिखाना चाहूँगा, यहाँ पर गाजीपुर का जो हाईवे है उसको पूरी तरीके से यहाँ पर बैरिकेड किया गया और साफ तौर पे आप सब देख सकते हैं तो यहाँ पे हैवी ट्रैफिक यहाँ पे जमा हो चुकी है और लगातार ही जो पुलिस वाले हैं वो यहाँ पर शांत करवाने का काम किया जा रहा है और यहाँ पर दोनों ही पार्टियों के जो नेता हैं उनके बीच में झड़प भी यहाँ पे होते हुए दिख रही है और साफ तौर पे लगातार ही यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए यहाँ पे नजर आ रहे हैं। केजरीवाल कुछ देर के बाद यहाँ पहुंचे, देखिए
सारा आप दिखाइए, सारा कोई कूड़े का ढेर नहीं, सिर्फ दिल्ली की जनता को बेवकूफ बनाने का काम कर रहा है। जगह जगह सड़कों पे गड्ढा है, पोल्यूशन दिल्ली में है। चाहता हूं आपको कि तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति करके अरविंद केजरीवाल जी अच्छा नहीं कर रहे हैं। जब भी चुनाव आते हैं तभी वो कोई ना कोई ऐसा बयान देते हैं, कोई ना कोई ऐसा स्टंट दिखाते हैं जिससे कि पब्लिक उनकी सहानुभूति करे। आप देखिए दिल्ली में बच्चों की जो शराब की नीति उन्होंने लॉन्च करी थी और आज अरविंद केजरीवाल जी यहाँ आकर के सहानुभूति लेकर के, जिससे कि हमारे यहाँ के गौतम गंभीर सांसद जी लगातार इस कूड़े के खत्ते पर प्रयास कर रहे हैं, काम कर रहे हैं।
बैरिकेड से यहाँ पे पुलिस वाले लगातार जो कार्यकर्ता हैं बीजेपी को उनको हटाने का काम कर रहे हैं और उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि यहाँ पर हैवी ट्रैफिक जाम हो चुकी है जिससे लोगों को खासा परेशानियों का सामना करना पड़ा है। आप विरोध करना है तो साइड में जाकर विरोध करें और लगातार ही आपको तस्वीरें रिपब्लिक भारत लाइव एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीरें यहाँ पर गाजीपुर से दिखा रहा है और किस तरीके से जो सीएम अरविंद केजरीवाल यहाँ पे पहुँचने वाले हैं थोड़ी देर के बाद। उससे पहले यहाँ पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा लगातार ही विरोध किया जा रहा है और साफ तौर पर आपको तस्वीरें यहाँ पे हमारे विजय जगह दिखा रहे हैं, आपको एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीर यहाँ पे दिखा रहे हैं। दूर तक आप देख सकते हैं लगातार ही बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता भारी मात्रा में यहाँ पे पहुंचे, भारी संख्या में यहाँ पे पहुंचे हुए हैं। लगातार ही उनके द्वारा यहाँ पे विरोध किया जा रहा है और साफ तौर पे काले झंडे यहाँ पे दिखाए जा रहे हैं, काले झंडे दिखाए जा रहे हैं।
आज केजरीवाल यहाँ झूठा क्रेडिट लेने के लिए आ रहे हैं। जो कूड़े का पहाड़ भारतीय जनता पार्टी की निगम ने और गौतम गंभीर जी के प्रयास से जो 20 लाख मीट्रिक टन कूड़ा खत्म हुआ है, आज दिखावे के लिए क्रेडिट खोर शराब का दलाल केजरीवाल यहाँ क्रेडिट लेने के लिए आ रहा है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सभी कार्यकर्ता उसका विरोध कर रहे हैं, उनको यहाँ नहीं आने देंगे।
ये झूठा मक्कार केजरीवाल शराब की दलाली करके पूरी दिल्ली को शराबी बना के एक के साथ एक बोतल फ्री करके, और ये कूड़े धान को जो कूड़े का खत्ते का जो पहाड़ है, इसे एमसीडी ने अपने एफर्ट से बिना फंड लिए इससे चोरी वाले पैसे, जो ये चोर है इतना बड़ा, इसके लिए सारा इनिशिएटिव लेने आ रहा है। इसका हम विरोध करते हैं, इसका पुरजोर विरोध करते हैं। पूरी तरीके से यहाँ पे विरोध किया जा रहा। साफ तौर पे तस्वीरें हमारे यहाँ पे विजय दिखा रहे हैं और आपको लगातार ही हम बड़ी कवरेज यहाँ पे लगातार आपको ग्राउंड जीरो से दिखा रहे हैं किस तरीके से बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता लगातार ही अरविंद केजरीवाल दिल्ली के सीएम अरविंद केजरीवाल का यहाँ पे विरोध करते हुए आपको दिख जाएंगे। अब रुकते हैं थोड़े छोटे से ब्रेक के लिए। देखते रहिए आप रिपब्लिक भारत।
All right, so what you see on your screens is a high-octane drama that's playing out on the streets of Delhi as there seems to be a confrontation that's brewing between the Aam Aadmi Party workers and the BJP workers. Now, do remember that Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, was supposed to visit the Ghazipur landfill site and then of course there were protests by the BJP that started to take place. Let's go back on the ground to Anuj who has more details on this. Anuj, that confrontation that seems to be brewing between the two sides peaking now.
Well, exactly. This is the clear face-off among the two parties, as we can clearly see in the visual. This is Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP who are facing off and having the placards for each other. They're sloganing against each other. On one side, we are seeing Bharatiya Janata Party workers saying Kejriwal, hi, hi. On the other side, we are seeing Aam Aadmi Party workers who are sloganing against Bharatiya Janata Party. So this is a clear face-off just before the MCD election that is happening in the national capital. Let me remind you, let me tell you that this happened. Arvind Kejriwal is all set with it. All set to with garbage which is at the Ghazipur border, and now there the face-off could be clearly seen. The police is trying to control the situation. Let me give you the sense, let me tell you to get more clarity. I am standing on the left side of the barricade where these are Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas. On my right, on your screen at this point in time is Bharatiya Janata Party Karyakartas having black ribbon in their hand. So the police at this point in time is forcing Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas to go back. There on my left, I'll ask my video journalist to give you a sense. They are moving back. They have been forced. They have been pulled back by the Delhi police official to move from this side. And on my left, I'll ask my video journalist to give you a sense from that side also now. From that side, that Bharatiya Janata Party coming out like they have got a victory when the Aam Aadmi Party workers have been moved away from here. So they are chanting. They are showing thumb to them. They're clearly seen shouting, chanting, and there the Aam Aadmi Party workers has been pulled back by the Delhi police, and these are the Bharatiya Janata Party workers. The face-off could be clearly seen in the national capital. The face-off could be clearly seen among the two parties, that Bharatiya Janata Party and Aam Aadmi Party, and this is happening just before the MCD election in the national capital, which is all set to line up. On the other hand, what Bharatiya Janata Party Karyakartas are saying that wherever Arvind Kejriwal from last 7 years, that's something what has been stated by the Bharatiya Janata Party workers when we were talking to them. We will again try and talk to some of the Karyakartas. कब तक ये प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे? अभी यहाँ पे कब तक है?
जब तक ये केजरीवाल के गुंडे वापस नहीं चले आते तब तक ये प्रोटेस्ट चालू रहेगा। सांसद गौतम गंभीर ने सांसद बनने के बाद इस कूड़े के पहाड़ को 25 मीटर तक कम किया है और वेस्ट टू एनर्जी प्लांट में ट्रांसफर करके 25 किलोवाट बिजली डेली बनाई जाती है। अब एमसीडी के चुनाव आ रहे हैं तो केजरीवाल इस कूड़े के पहाड़ के ऊपर राजनीति कर रहा है। 10 साल से केजरीवाल था, तो ये कूड़े के पहाड़ हटाने को उसने क्यों नहीं सोचा? अब ये चुनाव नजदीक आ रहे हैं तो उसके ऊपर ये केजरीवाल राजनीति कर रहा है।
अरविंद केजरीवाल यहाँ रहेंगे।
चोर केजरीवाल भाग गया। डर के भाग गया। चोर है भाई, चोर है। देखिए, आज जिस प्रकार से अरविंद केजरीवाल इस दिल्ली को नरक के खड्डे में रखने के बाद ये सिर्फ राजनीति का कोई कूड़ा नहीं। आप दिखाइए, हमारे माननीय सांसद ही ने मशीनें हमारी लगी हुई है, बिल्कुल वहाँ को कूड़े का दिल्ली को मैसेज देना चाहता है
एमसीडी कैंप में इसने जिस तरह गंदगी फैलाया है दिल्ली में, दिल्ली की जनता कभी बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगी। यमुना की सफाई के नाम पे करोड़ों रुपए का घोटाला किया, बस के डीटीसी के नाम पे करोड़ों रुपए घोटाला किया। इस तरीके से भाजपा की कार्यकर्ता सड़कों पे आगे एमसीडी ने जिस प्रकार से अच्छे काम जूते मारो सालों को, जूते मारो सालों को।
This is the situation. This is the situation what we are seeing at the Gazipur border, where the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas has been pulled back, and now this is Bharatiya Janata Party Karyakartas who are still at the barricading. They're protesting over here. They're chanting. They're shouting, and they're saying that why Arvind Kejriwal is coming now after the 10 years. We'll talk to some more people. Madam, क्या कहेंगे? क्या
हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि हमारे सांसद गंभीर जी ने इस खत्ते को अपने निधि फंड से कम कराया, केंद्र की योजनाओं से कम कराया। केजरीवाल ने उस समय आके नहीं देखा। आज केजरीवाल यहाँ पे इसका क्रेडिट लेने के लिए क्यों आ रहा है? उसका सिर्फ एमसीडी को बर्बाद करने का प्लान है।
वो कहते हैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने पिछले कई सालों से कुछ नहीं करा, ये जो गंदगी है, कूड़ा है, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की देन है, ऐसा वो कहते हैं।
केजरीवाल ने, अच्छा भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग तो कूड़ा करते हैं, कूड़ा पूरी दिल्ली का है, ना कि एक भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोगों का। और हमारी एमसीडी ने यहाँ पर बहुत सफाई कराई है, इस कूड़े को बहुत कम कराया है। गंद तो इसने फैलाया है, दलाल ने, गंद तो दलाल ने फैलाया है, शराब के दलाल ने। हमारी जनता पार्टी ने तो बहुत काम करा है। एमसीडी में पिछले 15 सालों में जितना काम हमने करा, इतना काम किसी ने नहीं करा। और सबसे बड़ी बात है, जितना काम हमारे सांसद जी ने करा है एमसीडी के लिए, इतना किसी ने नहीं करा।
That's the face off. What we are seeing at this point in time, that's the face off. My colleague Lomas is also with me. We will try and understand the situation. Lomas, if you can tell our viewers कि क्या situation, क्या स्थिति यहाँ बनी हुई है सुबह से आप यहाँ रिपोर्ट।
बिल्कुल आप तस्वीरें यहाँ पे लाइव तस्वीरें यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं। रिपब्लिक भारत सुबह से ही आपको गाजीपुर से लाइव तस्वीरें दिखा रहा है और साफ तौर पे मैं अपने विजय को बोलूँगा कि वो एक पूरा लॉन्ग शॉट दे जिससे ये समझ में आए कितना बड़ा ये प्रोटेस्ट है। लगातार ही बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा सुबह से ही यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट किया जा रहा है और साफ तौर पे जो दिल्ली पुलिस के कर्मी हैं उनको रोकने का काम कर रहे हैं और यहाँ पर जो आम आदमी के कार्यकर्ता हैं वो भी सड़क पर उतर चुके हैं। आप देख सकते हैं तस्वीरों के माध्यम से लगातार उनके द्वारा भी यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट किया जा रहा है और साफ तौर पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं का आरोप है कि आम आदमी के कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पे पहुँच करके वो उनसे यहाँ पर लगातार ही लड़ाई कर रहे हैं और साफ तौर पे उनसे भिड़ने का काम यहाँ पे किया जा रहा है। और यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कई और कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पे बात करने के हमसे और लगातार ही आप सुबह से लगातार विरोध कर रहे हैं।
आज विरोध कर रहे हैं। जो कूड़े के पहाड़ के इनिशिएटिव लेने आया बिना फंड दिए, ये सारा एमसीडी के फंड से हुआ है और गौतम गंभीर जी के अथक प्रयास से और ये बेवजह इसका इनिशिएटिव लेने आ रहा है जिसने पूरी दिल्ली को शराब के दलालों को, दारू के दलालों को।
It's hybrid by nature, a silent predator. The new breed rises above all others. A new breed of SUVs, the advanced Grand Vitara, rule every road.
The CDS General Anil Chauhan attending the wreath-laying ceremony on the occasion of Infantry Day at the National War Memorial. The ceremony will be followed by the reenactment of the historic event of the Badgam landings beside presenting mementos to veterans. And turns, here's a look now at other big stories today. Now, after the BRS alleged that the BJP is trying to poach their MLAs, the party's national vice president DK Aruna has denied the same, stating that this is just foul play by the Telangana government ahead of the by-polls. All their efforts of framing her party will go in vain after it will be proved that they had never come across the 3 MLAs.
इसमें बीजेपी पार्टी का कुछ भी इसमें वास्ता नहीं है, कोई संबंध नहीं है। जो लोग वो लोग बोल रहे टीवी में, जो बता रहे 3 लोग, हम तो कभी उनको देखे नहीं है हमारे पार्टी में। उन लोगों को वो तीनों कहाँ मिले, उनके फार्म हाउस में क्यों लेके गए? यहाँ तेलंगाना के सीएम साहब ने उनके पास जो भी पैसा कमाया तेलंगाना के लोगों को लूट के कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट के नाम पे,
President Draupadi Murmu will present the silver trumpet and
The headlines at 11:30, bribes, contracts and posts. A big twist in Munuguru by-polls. TRS now alleges poaching by the BJP. BJP hits out at TRS over poaching claims, says story, screenplay and direction by KCR. TRS stages protest. Fresh controversy as Mallikarjun Kharge takes charge as Congress chief. 1984 anti-Sikh riot accused seen at Congress event. Coimbatore blast probe widens. 6th accused is now placed under arrest. 5 others packed off 3 days custody.
खुलना चाहिए सर, पीछे से हट जाइए ना, पूरा ढेर दिखेगा। अरे आप क्या कर रहे हो? पीछे चलो कैमरे को। सर अरविंद सुन भाई यार
आओ जल्दी। अरे आगे लाओ कैमरा सब आगे आएंगे। नहीं भैया नहीं ले बहुत आगे कर लिया। अरे पीछे दोस्त। अरे
And we are getting you visuals from the national capital. As you can see, that's Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his deputy Manish Sisodia at the landfill site where protests have been seen since this morning. It's a mega face-off of the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party workers. Anuj, to give us all the latest news breaks from the protest site, from the ground there where it's all happening. Anuj, it's over to you to take us through what's happening. We're getting those visuals of the Delhi Chief Minister and his deputy there at the protest site. Give us a sense of the atmosphere.
हम लोग देख रहे हैं हमारे पीछे एक बहुत बड़ा पिछले 15 साल से दिल्ली नगर निगम में भारतीय जनता पार्टी का शासन है और पिछले 15 साल में इन्होंने दिल्ली को 3 बड़े कूड़े के ऐसे पहाड़ दिए हैं। अभी हम गाजीपुर के कूड़े के पहाड़ पे खड़े हैं। इतनी बदबू आ रही है, आप यहाँ से आसपास कई किलोमीटर तक जो लोग रह रहे हैं, आप सोच सकते हैं कि उनका क्या हाल होगा। और केवल ये कूड़े के पहाड़ नहीं, पूरी दिल्ली के अंदर गली गली में चले जाओ, आप सड़कों के ऊपर चले जाओ, चारों तरफ कूड़ा ही कूड़ा है। तो 15 साल के अंदर भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने दिल्ली को 3 बड़े बड़े कूड़े के पहाड़ दिए और गली गली के अंदर पूरी दिल्ली को कूड़ा घर बना दिया इन लोगों ने। दिल्ली के लोगों ने इनको एक ही काम दिया था, दिल्ली की सफाई का, और इतना बुरा हाल कर दिया इन लोगों ने कि दिल्ली के अंदर जीना मुश्किल हो गया। और इनको खुद शर्म आ रही है, अपने काम पे इनको खुद शर्म आ रही है। अभी मुझे पता चल, रास्ते के अंदर जब मैं आ रहा था, ये यहाँ मेरे को आने का विरोध कर रहे थे कि केजरीवाल कूड़े का पहाड़ देखने में। भाई तुम्हारा 15 साल का ये काम है, मैं देखने जा रहा हूँ। क्या 5 साल में हमने दिल्ली के स्कूल अच्छे कर दिए, आप आओ देखने, हम आपका विरोध नहीं करेंगे। आप हमारे स्कूल देखने आओ, आप हमारे अस्पताल देखने आओ, आप हमारा मोहल्ला क्लिनिक देखने आओ। हमें तो शर्म नहीं आती, तुम लोगों को शर्म आती है अपना काम दिखाने के लिए। 15 साल में तुम लोगों ने क्या काम किया? मुझे पता चला है इसके पहले भी, पिछले हफ्ते भी कुछ लोग देखने के लिए पुलिस को इस्तेमाल करके भगा दिया लोगों को। पुलिस लगा दी कूड़े के पहाड़ के चारों तरफ की इसकी रक्षा करने के लिए, कूड़े के पहाड़ की रक्षा करने के लिए तुम्हें अपना काम जो तुमने 15 साल में किया उसको दिखाने में तुम्हें इतनी शर्म आ रही है? ये कूड़े का पहाड़ नहीं है, ये इनके कुकर्मों का पहाड़ है, ये इनके भ्रष्टाचार का पहाड़ है जो इन्होंने दिल्ली के लोगों के साथ छलावा किया है। मैं आज चैलेंज करना चाहता हूँ बीजेपी को, मैं चैलेंज करता हूँ, इनके सबसे बड़े नेताओं को चैलेंज करता हूँ, 15 साल में एक काम बता दे इन्होंने, एक काम, कोई एक काम जो एमसीडी वालों ने 15 साल में किया हो, एक काम नहीं बता सकते, कोई एक काम किया हो। और दिल्ली सरकार ने, आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार ने, हम लोगों ने 5 साल में कितने काम किए ये मेरे से पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है। अपने अपने माइक लेके दिल्ली की सड़कों पे चले जाना, दिल्ली की सड़कों में पूछ लेना, किसी से पकड़ के पूछ लेना कि केजरीवाल ने क्या काम किया, वो बता देगा। स्कूल अच्छे कीजिए, अस्पताल अच्छे कीजिए, बिजली मुफ्त कर दीजिए, पानी की सुविधा कर दीजिए, सड़कें बनवा दीजिए, कोई भी आदमी बता देगा कि हम लोगों ने क्या काम किया। ये एक ही चीज का रोना रोते हैं, केजरीवाल ने पैसा नहीं दिया, केजरीवाल ने पैसा नहीं दिया, केजरीवाल ने पैसा, हाय पैसा, 24 घंटे पैसा रे, हाय रे, पैसा रे, पैसा 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 पैसा, ये केवल यही करते रहते हैं और कुछ नहीं। 15 साल में 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए खर्च किए नगर निगम ने, 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए, सारा बजट उठा के देख लो, मैं भी कैलकुलेट करके आया। 15 साल में 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए बीजेपी ने खर्च किए। कहाँ गए सारे पैसे? 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए कहाँ गए सारे? ये दिल्ली के लोगों का पैसा था, दिल्ली के लोगों ने प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स में पैसा भरा था, खून पसीने की कमाई करके अपने बच्चों का पेट काट के लोगों ने इनको एमसीडी वालों को पैसा दिया था। अब जीएसटी का पैसा भर रहे हैं लोग, दूध पे, दही पे, रोटी पे, सब्जी पे, चावल पे, हर चीज पे जीएसटी लगा दी, जीएसटी का पैसा है। 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए खा गए ये लोग सारे के सारे। उस 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए में से 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए दिल्ली सरकार ने दिया था। कहाँ गया सारा पैसा? कहाँ गया सारा पैसा? और इनके केंद्र सरकार के मंत्री आते हैं बड़े बड़े, मैं देख रहा था, दिल्ली में आते हैं, कहते हैं केजरीवाल ने पैसा नहीं दिया। तुमने कितना पैसा दिया? 15 साल में केंद्र सरकार ने एक नया पैसा नहीं दिया नगर निगमों को। पूरे देश में सारे नगर निगमों को पैसा देती है केंद्र सरकार, दिल्ली नगर निगम को एक पैसा। बस दिल्ली में आते हैं इनके बड़े बड़े मंत्री और केजरीवाल को गालियां देके चले जाते हैं, केजरीवाल को गालियां देके चले जाते हैं। मैं दिल्ली की माँ बहनों से पूछना चाहता हूँ, तुम्हारे बेटे ने तुम लोगों के बच्चों के अच्छे स्कूल बनवाए, ये मंत्री आके मेरे को तुम्हारे बेटे को गाली देके जा रहे हैं, बर्दाश्त करोगे तुम लोग? दिल्ली के बुजुर्गों से, दिल्ली की माताओं से पूछना चाहता हूँ, तुम्हारे बेटे ने तुम्हारे लिए तीर्थ यात्रा का श्रवण कुमार बनके तुम्हारे बेटे ने तुमको तीर्थ यात्रा भेजा, अब ये तुम्हारे श्रवण कुमार को, तुम्हारे बेटे को गालियां देके जा रहे हैं, बर्दाश्त करोगे तुम लोग? तुम्हारे बेटे को गालियां दे रहे हैं। इस बार बदला लेना है। इस बार का चुनाव केवल कूड़े के ऊपर होगा, कूड़ा सफाई, दिल्ली की सफाई के ऊपर ये चुनाव होगा। हाँ जी। अब इन्होंने प्लान बनाया है, 16 कूड़े के पहाड़ और बनाएंगे, क्योंकि ये तो बहुत ऊंचा हो गया, अब इसके ऊपर और कूड़ा डाल नहीं सकते, बता रहे अनस्टेबल हो गया, तो दिल्ली का जो सारा कूड़ा है अब इसके ऊपर तो डल नहीं सकता। अब 16 जगह इन लोगों ने चिन्हित करी है जहाँ पे 16 कूड़े के पहाड़ और बनेंगे। तो इसका मतलब वहाँ पे भी आसपास के लोगों की जिंदगी हराम हो जाएगी, 24 घंटे बदबू आया करेगी, मच्छर मक्खी पैदा होंगे, लोगों को कैंसर होगा। पूरी दिल्ली को अब ये कूड़ा घर बनाने, पूरी दिल्ली में 16 कूड़े के पहाड़ इन्होंने चिन्हित किए। मैं खासकर बीजेपी के जो वहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे थे उन लोगों से भी कहना चाहता हूँ, तुम मेरे खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट करना चाहते हो करो, मैं तुमको बुरा नहीं मानूंगा, मैं इस बात का, मेरे खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट करने से कुछ मिलता हो करो, लेकिन ये सोच लेना तुम्हारे बच्चों के लिए स्कूल तो मैं ही बनवाऊंगा, स्कूल तो तुम्हारे बच्चों की केजरीवाल ही बनवाएगा, तुम्हारी बिजली भी मुफ्त में ही करूंगा, तुम्हारे लिए अस्पताल का, जब तुम्हारे घर में कोई बीमार हो जाएगा ना, बीजेपी वाले के भी घर में तुम्हारे दवा दारू का इंतजाम मैं ही करूंगा, तुम्हारा इलाज भी मैं ही कराऊंगा। ये बीजेपी वाले तो कुछ नहीं कराने वाले। तो मैं सारे दिल्ली के बीजेपी के सपोर्टर्स को खास तौर से आज अपील करना चाहता हूँ, एक बार अपनी पार्टी भूल जाना इस बार दिल्ली की सफाई के लिए। आपने देख लिया, 15 साल तो कम नहीं होते, 15 साल आप लोगों ने देख लिया, बीजेपी वालों ने भी देख लिया, इन्होंने क्या हाल कर दिया दिल्ली का। एक बार मेरे ऊपर भरोसा करके देख लो, इस बार अपनी पार्टी को भूल जाओ, इस बार मेरे को वोट दे देना और फिर देख लेना, अगर 5 साल में मैं दिल्ली साफ नहीं कर दूं तो अगली बार वोट।
सर एनजी साहब ने दावा किया कि आप पॉलिटिकल स्टंट कर रहे हैं ऐसे समय में जब गुजरात में और हिमाचल प्रदेश में चुनाव है।
कौन सा पॉलिटिकल स्टंट?
यही जो नोट के पीछे जो आप कह रहे हैं कि
सर वो कर लें, हमने कब मना किया? वो भी कर लें। अगर उनको लगता है कि ये कहने से वोट मिलते हैं तो ये लागू कर दें। उनकी तो सरकार है केंद्र में, लागू करके वोट ले लें वो।
केजरीवाल जी
बहुत स्वागत है उनका, उनको सबको जाना चाहिए। इनके सारे नेताओं को हमारे स्कूल भी देखने चाहिए, हमारे अस्पताल भी देखने चाहिए, हमारे मोहल्ला क्लिनिक भी देखने चाहिए। दुख की बात है कि इतनी गंदी राजनीति पे ये लोग उतर आए हैं। दिल्ली के अंदर बहुत जगह जगह हम लोगों ने दिल्ली के लोगों के स्वास्थ्य के लिए योगा क्लासेस शुरू की।
सर एमसीडी में अगर
बात तो पूरी कर, हमने दिल्ली के लोगों के लिए योगा क्लासेस शुरू की। 17,000 लोग उन योगा क्लासेस के अंदर अटेंड कर रहे हैं। 17,000 लोग डेली सुबह शाम योगा करते हैं और उनके स्वास्थ्य को लाभ होता है। इनमें से 10-11 हज़ार लोग ऐसे हैं जो पोस्ट कोविड कॉम्प्लिकेशंस की वजह से जिनके लंग्स में प्रॉब्लम रह गई और वो अस्थमा है, किसी को कुछ है, वो योगा क्लासेस में प्राणायाम करके उनको स्वास्थ्य लाभ हो रहा है। इन्होंने दिल्ली की योगा क्लासेस बंद करा दी। 1 नवंबर से इन्होंने अफसरों के ऊपर दबाव डाल के अफसरों को सस्पेंड कर देंगे, ये कर देंगे, धमकियां दी इन्होंने और योगा क्लासेस बंद करा दी इन्होंने। पर मैं दिल्ली के लोगों को भरोसा दिलाना चाहता हूँ, किसी भी हालत में केजरीवाल को किसी हद तक जाना पड़े, केजरीवाल को कुछ भी करना पड़े, तुम्हारी योगा क्लासेस बंद नहीं होने। मैं खड़ा हूं तुम्हारे साथ। ये लोग दिल्ली को तबाह करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन जब तक केजरीवाल जिंदा है तब तक तुम्हारा बेटा जो है दिल्ली को तबाह नहीं होगा।
सर गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने आप पे बड़े सारे आरोप लगाए थे पिछले हफ्ते जब वो आए थे ओखला लैंडफिल।
मैं गृह मंत्री जी से पूछना चाहता हूं, उन्होंने मेरे को इतनी गालियां दी। उनकी सरकार ने दिल्ली नगर निगम को कितने पैसे दिए? 50 पैसे, 100 रुपए, 1 रुपया, 2 रुपया, एक नया पैसा नहीं दिया उन्होंने। एक नया पैसा नहीं दिया। किस मुंह से आके वो दिल्ली में गालियां देते हैं, दिल्ली के लोगों को गालियां देते हैं? आते हैं और दिल्ली के लोगों को गालियां देके चले जाते हैं। दिल्ली के लोग बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे। पहले तुम्हारी मॉरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, कहते हैं दिल्ली यूनियन टेरिटरी है। अरे यूनियन टेरिटरी है तो ज्यादा पैसा मिलना चाहिए ना दिल्ली को। एक नया पैसा नहीं दिया इन्होंने दिल्ली नगर निगम को।
फ्रीबीज को लेकर
लगाना है।
And these are live visuals of Aam Aadmi Party convener and Delhi Chief Minister at the protest site at the Ghazipur landfill site. And Anuj joining us now. Anuj, we were just listening to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and he is clearly in election mode. He claims corruption in the MCD in the past 15 years and seeks votes for his party. Promises to clean Delhi up if his party is voted to power.
यहाँ पे दिखाया और किस तरीके से कार्यकर्ताओं के द्वारा विरोध किया जा रहा है। उनका साफ तौर पे मांग है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल ने दिल्ली में कोई काम नहीं किया है, केवल यहाँ पे राजनीति रोटी सेकने के लिए यहाँ पे पहुंचे हुए हैं और साफ तौर पे उनके द्वारा जो भी बात कही जा रही है केवल और केवल झूठी है। केवल गौतम गंभीर ने काम किया है। कूड़े की राजनीति अरविंद केजरीवाल ने अब शुरू कर दिया। पहले यमुना को लेकर के उन्होंने राजनीति की, शराब को लेकर राजनीति की और अब कूड़े को लेकर के उनके द्वारा राजनीति की जा रही है। साफ तौर पर आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर गाजीपुर का जो हाईवे है वो पूरी तरीके से पुलिस ने बैरिकेड लगा करके यहाँ पे ब्लॉक कर दिया। लगातार ही सुबह से यहाँ पे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं वो लगातार ही केजरीवाल का विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। साफ तौर पे हम उनसे बात करेंगे। अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं कि एमसीडी ने काम नहीं किया, बीजेपी ने काम नहीं किया और केवल बीजेपी झूठ बोल।
केजरीवाल जी को अब नजर आ रहा है 7 सालों में ये पहली बार आ रहे हैं। इससे पहले तो कभी नहीं आए, अब चुनाव आ गए तो ये नोटंकी करने आ गए। इससे पहले
दिल्ली के विकास के नाम पर लंदन बनाने चक्कर में दिल्ली को खंडन बना के चले गए। इतनी सड़क पे इतने गड्ढे हैं, ना जन्मा साफ हुई और जैसे ही वो झूठ बोला है वैसे ये पहाड़ का भी उनका झूठ एक नाटक है, सेल्फी पॉइंट है और फिर रात को गुजरात निकलने वाले हैं।
साफ तौर पे देख सकते हैं जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं उनका साफ तौर पे कहना है कि केवल क्रेडिट लेने की राजनीति अरविंद केजरीवाल के द्वारा की जाती है और ना कि कोई काम किया जाता है। साफ तौर पे अरविंद केजरीवाल कहते हैं कि बीजेपी ने कोई काम नहीं किया है इतने दिनों से एमसीडी में।
देखिए, सबसे पहले जिस कूड़े के पहाड़ पे ये क्रेडिट लेने आए हैं, यहाँ सितंबर 2019 में गौतम गंभीर जी के सहयोग से पहली ट्रोमिल लगी थी। आज 16 लाख मीट्रिक टन कूड़ा यहाँ से हट चुका है। 20 मशीनें लग चुकी हैं। जैसे जैसे पहाड़ी पे जगह मिलती जा रही है, नई मशीनें आती जा रही हैं, तो ये काम नहीं है तो क्या है? आज जब इन्हें पता लग गया कि काम शुरू हो गया और अगले 2-1 साल में ये जगह रिक्लेम होके जहाँ पार्क बनेगा, तो केजरीवाल 8 साल के बाद आज यह चक्कर लगाने आए। जब एमसीडी लगातार इन्हें लिखती रही कि आप एडिशनल फंड दो, टेक्नोलॉजी दो, अगर आपके पास कोई योजना दो, अब पिछले 8 साल में कोई योजना नहीं दे पाए। एमसीडी के प्रयास से आज तीनों लैंडफिल साइट साफ हो रही है, तो ये उल्टा शोर मचा रहे कि 16 लैंडफिल साइट बन रही है। कहाँ बन रही है? ना उनकी लोकेशन दी, सिर्फ झूठ, और आज क्रेडिट लेने लैंडफिल साइट का आ रहे हैं। जैसे इन्होंने डेंगू मलेरिया के समय पे जब एमसीडी के प्रयास से डेंगू मलेरिया कम हो गया तो बोर्ड लगा के क्रेडिट लेना है। ये क्रेडिट जो
ओके 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 ओके
और उन्होंने कहा कि कितने सालों से यहाँ पर इस कूड़े के ढेर को हटाने के लिए मांग लगातार हो रही है, लेकिन सिर्फ राजनीति हो रही है, आपने सुना। और दूसरी तरफ आप देख पा रहे हैं कि दोनों तरफ से प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है। आम आदमी पार्टी एक तरफ आगे आने की कोशिश कर रही है और दूसरी तरफ ये देखा जा रहा है कि बीजेपी भी आगे आने की कोशिश कर रही है। तो आप देख पा रहे हैं कि यहाँ पर भारी पुलिस फोर्स की तैनाती देखी जा रही है। और
बैग कहाँ रखूंगा? बैग में निकल रहा हूँ।
And these are visuals of the mega face-off between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP in the national capital. This is the Ghazipur, this is the area around the Ghazipur landfill site, the infamous site which has been a landfill for Delhi residents for decades now. And it is a site for dumping garbage and has been so. And meanwhile, you just listened to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, who arrived here a short while back with his deputy Manish Sisodia. So claims and counterclaims of work done and not done, of corruption, many allegations flying thick and fast as it's a mega face-off, a mega showdown in the capital between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party.
And turns. Here's a look now at other big stories today. Now, after the BRS alleged that the BJP is trying to poach their MLAs, the party's National Vice President D.K. Aruna has denied the same, stating that this is just foul play by the Telangana government ahead of the by-polls. All their efforts of framing her party will go in vain after it will be proved that they had never come across the 3 MLAs.
इसमें बीजेपी पार्टी का कुछ भी इसमें वास्ता नहीं है, कोई संबंध नहीं है। जो लोग वो लोग बोल रहे टीवी में, जो बता रहे 3 लोग, हम तो कभी उनको देखे नहीं है हमारे पार्टी में। उन लोगों को वो तीनों कहाँ मिले, उनके फार्म हाउस में क्यों लेके गए? यहाँ तेलंगाना के सीएम साहब ने उनके पास जो भी पैसा कमाया तेलंगाना के लोगों को लूट के कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट के नाम पे।
A fierce clash ensued between 2 groups over a petty issue in Hardoi in Uttar Pradesh in the intervening night of Wednesday and Thursday, in which a father-son duo succumbed to their bullet injuries. According to sources, one side fired fiercely after attacking the other side's family with sticks.
बाबू सिंह, उनके बेटे की डेथ हो गई है, 2 अन्य घायल हैं। इस संबंध में अभियुक्तों की गिरफ्तारी के लिए कई टीमें लगाई गई हैं। जो मौके पर पता लगा है, किसी मामूली सी बात पर जो अभियुक्त है वो हमलावर हुए थे और बात बढ़ गई, जिसमें कि 2 लोगों की मृत्यु हो गई है।
The CDS General Anil Chauhan attending the wreath-laying ceremony on the
You're watching Live and Breaking here on Republic. And we now, just a short while back, before going into that break, we were showing you visuals that we go back to once again from the national capital. BJP leaders and workers are staging a protest against Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in Ghazipur. These are visuals there from the national capital that you see on your screens, viewers. It's a mega face-off between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. Just a short while back, the Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal arrived there at the landfill site with his deputy Manish Sisodia. Police there too, in order to ensure that there are no untoward incidents, that the situation does not get out of control. Meanwhile, allegations of corruption, of work having not been done. Anuj is covering the story. We're trying to get in contact with him continuously, but clearly, let's try once again now. Anuj, it's over to you to tell us what's happening. We were just listening to the Delhi Chief Minister. Many allegations and claims and counterclaims on both sides.
Well, this is a war of words which could be clearly seen among the two parties, but this was none other but the Delhi Chief Minister himself, along with the Deputy Chief Minister, that's Manish Sisodia, who were there at the site, which was a scheduled program. But prior to that, we have seen the face-off. The face-off among the two parties, that's Bharatiya Janata Party and Aam Aadmi Party. Karyakartas, we have seen the face-off at the Gazipur border, where one side, Bharatiya Janata Party is saying, where were you from last 10 years? And where one side, Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas saying, what have you done in last 10 years? That's the face-off what we are seeing at this point in time. The face-off continues at the Gazipur border as we are getting these visuals and the images could be clearly seen that the police is trying to control the situation. This is the NH24 where the traffic has been blocked, the traffic has been jammed. We have seen it earlier at the time of Kisan Andolan, and now this is repetition of the same which could be clearly seen where the Gazipur has been blocked by these protesters. This is the face-off among the two parties, that's Bharatiya Janata Party and Aam Aadmi Party. The war of words could be clearly seen. We have just listened to Arvind Kejriwal, that's the Chief Minister of National Capital, who was saying, what have you done in the last 10 years and where is the money? Where is the fund which was given to the NCD? Why the Delhi is not clean? What have you done? And there, the Chief Minister also coming out with the lines that I have sent you on yatras, asking to the ladies, the mothers.
Right. So claims and counterclaims, a blame game erupting over the Gazipur landfill site. We'll be getting back to that story, but right now, more news breaking at this hour. Republic has accessed a copy of the FIR in the poaching of TRS MLAs case. The FIR mentions that the accused threatened the TRS MLAs, offering them money and contracts to lure the leaders to join the BJP. And so, well, Republic has accessed the FIR. That's the FIR, viewers, on your screens. And Shawan breaking this news for us. Shawan, well, Republic has accessed the FIR. Take us through this breaking news, a major development in the allegation of TRS leaders poaching controversy.
I have sent it on your WhatsApp.
And we are trying to get in touch with our senior editor, Shawan. As we were telling you, that, viewers, is the FIR copy that has been accessed by Republic TV in the Telangana poaching row. The controversy that has erupted over allegations of the BJP trying to poach TRS leaders in Telangana.
Each MLA by the BJP. Now, the TRS MLA who is the complainant in the case, they have also said that the TRS MLAs were asked not to contest as TRS candidate. And not just this, the FIR has also mentioned, the complainant has also mentioned that if the TRS MLAs do not join the BJP party, then they were threatened with CBI and ED raids on them. So these are very scathing observations that we have that has come forth in the FIR copy, where it is clearly mentioned by the complainant. And remember, the complainant here is the TRS MLA himself. The TRS MLA in a late night poaching case had called the police themselves at the farmhouse where the exchange of money was happening, and then they had filed the complaint where they had clearly stated that about rupees 50 crore was given to each TRS MLA to leave the party and join join the BJP. And not just this, they were threatened that if the TRS MLAs do not join the BJP, they will be threatened with CBI and ED raids.
Well, in fact, Tanisha, let's just go through the specific details that we're getting right now. If you take a look at the FIR, which we have just put out on air right now, they're basically saying the complainant in this particular case was, there was a BJP person who met the complainant and negotiated with him, and I'm quoting from the FIR, in which they say that not to contest as the candidate from the TRS party, number one. Number two, to contest in the next elections in BJP by resigning from the TRS, and an amount of 100 crore rupees was offered to him to give central government civil contract works and other high government positions for monetary benefits, and lured him to join the BJP. And more importantly, once again making the damning allegation that if the person does not join the Bharatiya Janata Party, then he faces action from the central agencies, that the CBI and the enforcement directorate. Now, important to point out here is that the timing, the date when they got in touch, this was on the 26th itself. They're saying that once again the person got in touch with the complainant, informed them about coming to a place called Aziz Nagar for further negotiations. So we're technically looking at not one, we're looking at two times when this meeting, alleged meeting that took place. They're putting out full details of the date, the time when the negotiation actually took place. They're talking about the exchange of money that is supposed to take place. But remember this, there is no confirmation whether at all this TRS person has received any money from the so-called BJP worker. That is not clear from this particular FIR that has been registered. They are only saying for offering them bribe of 50 crore rupees each to join BJP. That's the latest coming in from the FIR. Remains to be seen how exactly will the police take it further, because if you take a look at the sections that have, we'll also put out the details of the sections under which this FIR has been registered. Let's just put that out also. And they've taken few names, Ramachandra Bharti being one of them, Satish Sharma of Delhi, one Nanda Kumar, and one Swami of Tirupati would come to the farmhouse to finalize the deal of joining the BJP by resigning from the TRS party. So very important to point out here that this is, they are making an allegation that the meeting was supposed to take place. The meeting did not take place. The money was supposed to be given. The money wasn't really given. That's what is coming up from this particular FIR.
Also, Shravan, it's very interesting to note how about the toppling of the government is also mentioned in the FIR, where it is clearly said that if the TRS MLAs do not join the BJP party, the Telangana government will be toppled by them. All of these details and more coming up right after a very short break. We'll get you the inside details of what really the FIR mentions and what sections have been imposed, and all of this filed by the TRS MLA. Remember, all of this coming after a very, very short break.
A fierce clash ensued between two groups over a petty issue in Hardoi in Uttar Pradesh in the intervening night of Wednesday and Thursday, in which a father-son duo succumbed to their bullet injuries. According to sources, one side fired fiercely after attacking the other side's family with sticks.
बाबू सिंह, उनके बेटे की डेथ हो गई है, 2 अन्य घायल हैं और इस संबंध में अभियुक्तों की गिरफ्तारी के लिए कई टीमें लगाई गई हैं। जो मौके पर पता लगा है, किसी मामूली सी बात पर जो अभियुक्त है वो हमलावर हुए थे और बात बढ़ गई, जिसमें कि 2 लोग की मृत्यु हो गई है।
The CDS General Anil Chauhan attending the wreath-laying ceremony on the occasion of Infantry Day at the National War Memorial. The ceremony will be followed by the reenactment of the historic event of the Badgam landings, beside presenting mementos to veterans. And turns, here's a look now at other big stories today. Now, after the BRS alleged that the BJP is trying to poach their MLAs, the party's National Vice President DK Aruna has denied the same, stating that this is just foul play by the Telangana government ahead of the by-polls. All their efforts of framing her party will go in vain after it will be proved that they had never come across the 3 MLAs.
इसमें बीजेपी पार्टी का कुछ भी इसमें वास्ता नहीं है, कोई संबंध नहीं है। जो लोग वो लोग बोल रहे टीवी में, जो बता रहे 3 लोग, हम तो कभी उनको देखे नहीं है हमारे पार्टी में। उन लोगों को वो तीनों कहाँ मिले, उनके फार्म हाउस में क्यों लेके गए? यहाँ तेलंगाना के सीएम साहब ने उनके पास जो भी पैसा कमाया तेलंगाना के लोगों को लूट के कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट के नाम पे।
A fierce clash ensued between two groups over a petty issue in Hardoi in Uttar Pradesh in the intervening night of Wednesday and Thursday, in which a father-son duo succumbed to their bullet injuries. According to sources, one side fired fiercely after attacking the other side's family with sticks.
बाबू सिंह, उनके बेटे की डेथ हो गई है, 2 अन्य घायल हैं और इस संबंध में अभियुक्तों की गिरफ्तारी के लिए कई टीमें लगाई गई हैं। जो मौके पर पता लगा है,
Good afternoon and welcome. You're watching live and breaking on Republic TV, and the big story that we are bringing to you is the face-off between the BJP and the TRS, where Republic TV has now accessed the FIR copy in the poaching of the TRS MLAs case. The FIR in fact mentions that the accused threatened the TRS MLAs and offered money and contracts to lure leaders to join the BJP. I think Samiksha has the details of this particular FIR. Samiksha, if you can take us through the various allegations that have been made in this particular FIR.
Nupur, so let me just take you through the operative part of this FIR that has been filed. The complainant, of course, being the TRS MLA Rohit Reddy, who's gotten this FIR registered, in which he stated that brief facts of the case as on 26th of September. There was these people, both of them, BJP leaders, what he's claimed in this FIR that he's gotten filed, in which he said that the two BJP leaders met the complainant and negotiated with him to not contest as candidate from the TRS party and to join the BJP by resigning from the TRS. So that is the first allegation, saying that there was an attempt to poach the TRS MLAs which dates back to 26th of September 2022. The BJP leaders being Nand Kumar and the other one being Satish Sharma. That is one allegation. The second, of course, being that an amount of 100 crore rupees in the next elections from BJP, for which they offered him an amount of 100 crores and also offered to give central government civil contract works. So second allegation there, 100 crore rupees that was offered to the TRS MLAs, along with an offer to give them key contracts, which includes central government civil contract works, and also offer to give other projects as well for monetary benefit, and lured him to join the BJP. So clearly in this FIR that was registered, in which the complainant, the TRS MLA, they're alleging that two TRS MLAs were asked to join the BJP, and they were lured on pretext of being given central key projects, which also includes central government civil contract, which amounts to over 100 crore rupees, and also going on to add that if that there would be criminal cases that would be slapped against them if they do not join the BJP. So these are some of these allegations that have been leveled in this particular FIR that's been filed.
Samiksha, let's go across to Aneri, who's reporting on this from Hyderabad. Now, Aneri, there are three people who are particularly mentioned in this FIR. What I wanted to understand from you is that it's said that they belong to the BJP, but is there any evidence that is surfacing of their connection with the BJP? Because the BJP has, again and again said that they have no connection with these people.
That's right. The Bharatiya Janata Party has clearly denied any sort of connection with these three people who were found at the farmhouse, and later they were arrested by the police officials when there were raids going on by the police officials. These three people were there: Satish Sharma, Nand Kumar, and also Simhaya Julu, who was present there at the farmhouse in Moinabad. Now the TRS has been saying that they do have connections with the BJP, and also the FIR copy very clearly mentions that they are the BJP leaders, they are from the Bharatiya Janata Party, but the BJP clearly denies that any sort of connection with all of these three people. And also at the same time, when there were raids which were conducted by the police officials late last night, well, police officials also have given out a statement where they say that this information was first given to them by the TRS MLAs themselves. So very clearly we have been seeing how there is a war of words which have been broken out between the TRS and the BJP. We also see that there are protests which have have been broken out across the state of Telangana against the BJP. These protests are being done by the TRS leaders. Late last night also there were protests which happened in various parts of the state, and this morning again we see that there are protests which have been done by the TRS leaders against the BJP. But now, in some time from now, we will be seeing Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy addressing a press conference where we will be getting more details in this sort of, as the BJP has been denying any sort of connection into this matter. But also at the same time, not to forget, the TRS has leveled allegations against BJP, and also the FIR copy mentions the name of BJP, that they were offering near about 100 crores to these people, and also they were being threatened is what the FIR copy states.
All right, Aneri, stay with us. And Samiksha is with us from Mumbai. You also stay with us. I'm going to go across very quickly to Tanisha, who's reporting from the Delhi newsroom. Tanisha, there is a lot of mention of some monies being changing hands in that particular FIR. There are sums of 50 crores and 100 crores that are mentioned. But was in actuality any money exchanged? Do the police have evidence of money changing hands?
Right, we actually do not have any proof, and neither does the police has any proof about money being exchanged. Yes, there are talks about money that was supposed to be exchanged, but yet no proof has come out in the open where there has where there is evidence of money that has actually been given to this TRS MLAs. Now remember, the complainant here in the case is Rohit Reddy, and he's an MLA of the TRS. It was him who had filed this complaint, and the complainant has clearly stated that it was in the TRS MLA's farmhouse that this exchange of money was supposed to happen. But ultimately, when the police actually arrived there, they found nothing, and then the FIR was filed. Right now, I have the FIR with me, which clearly mentions three names of Ramachandra, Satish and Nandkumar, and all of these are allegedly BJP, connected to BJP is what the TRS claims. Now it is also said that rupees 50 crore was given to each MLA and rupees 100 crore was given to MLA PR Reddy. Yet, when we talk about these huge amount of money, there is no evidence that proves that money was actually exchanged between these alleged BJP leaders and the TRS MLAs.
Oh, yes. Let's go across now to Samiksha, who's reporting from the Mumbai newsroom on this. Samiksha, since the morning, when we broke this story, there were allegations of, money being seized from the farmhouse. Any confirmation that we are getting on that aspect of it?
No, nothing on that front, Nupur, as of now, because let's keep it clear that still we do not have anything on record whether that money was actually exchanged, and also the very fact whether it is the BJP or the TRS for the matter who is in what is being called a poaching to have happened just ahead of the by-polls that are all set to take place in the state of Telangana. And just to take you through the key excerpts of this FIR as well that we've accessed, that was the FIR that was registered after the complaint that was filed by the TRS MLA, in which he stated, in which he has named the BJP leaders Ramachandra Bharti, Satish Sharma, native of Delhi, and one Nand Kumar, who is resident of Hyderabad, both of them belonging to BJP, who met the complainant on 26th of September 2022, and going on to mention in this particular FIR how the TRS MLAs were threatened, and they were told that if they do not join the BJP, criminal charges would be slapped against them. An amount of rupees 100 crore as well that was offered to these TRS MLAs. They were told that if they do not join the BJP, there'd be criminal cases that would be slapped against them, and also they have to ensure that there is instability in the TRS, in the KCR-led government in the state of Telangana. Well, these are just charges. Nothing has been corroborated so far, so let's just see how this pans out.
Absolutely.
But for now, we do not yet know whether it was poaching by the BJP or the TRS.
Absolutely, Samiksha, as you're pointing out, of course, this is going to only become a bigger political slugfest. And let's go back to Aneri for that one. Aneri, this particular FIR seems to suggest that there were going to be two meetings. One of them had already taken place and the other was supposed to take place, according to the FIR at least. So, in those terms, tell our viewers how many meetings actually took place and where did they take place and what are the detailed allegations?
Well, the detailed allegations against the BJP is that they were trying to poach the leaders of the TRS, that is mainly the TRS MLAs, because we are going to see that there are elections which are due next year in the year 2023, December, where there will be elections in the state, and also not to forget the Munuguru by-elections, which has been a crucial fight for the BJP and the TRS. Both the parties have been having a neck-to-neck fight. We have been seeing high campaigning by both the parties. Well, in the coming days also we will be seeing that there are going to be massive public meetings which are going to be held, whereas on one hand we will be seeing the Telangana Chief Minister and the TRS President K. Chandrasekhar Rao, who will be addressing a public meeting on the 30th of October. Then also on the next day we will be seeing the BJP National President JP Nadda will be there in Munuguru for the public meeting for the campaigning. So now definitely this is a massive controversy, massive poaching controversy which has broken out here in the state of Telangana. But as of now, the FIR copy which we have accessed very clearly states that earlier also, it hints that earlier also there were series of meetings which were held between both of them. But once again on the 26th, that is yesterday, they were being called at the farmhouse in Aziz Nagar in Moinabad, and there was a meeting, and based on that information which was given to the police officials by the TRS MLAs, they were the one who gave information to the police officials that they are being tried to lured by money, contracts, and also by the position, by giving higher positions to join into the party, is what the FIR copy also clearly
కార్యదర్శి సోలంకి శ్రీనివాస్ గారు, బీజేపీ యువమోర్చా జాతీయ కార్యవర్గ సభ్యులు సునీత గారు, గతంలో స్పోక్స్ పర్సన్, ఈరోజు ప్రెస్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్లో పాల్గొంటున్నారు. శ్రీ కిషన్ రెడ్డి గారు మాట్లాడతారు.
మిత్రులందరికీ నమస్కారం. నిన్నటి రోజు జరిగినటువంటి టిఆర్ఎస్ పార్టీ ఎమ్మెల్యే ఫామ్ హౌస్ లో జరిగినటువంటి ఘటన ఫామ్ హౌస్ లో జరిగినటువంటి ఘటన